We miss you, but the stage is set for this series decider, and we hope you'll stick around and enjoy the afternoon with us any way that you can. UCLA and Arizona have split the first two. The Bruins winning in walk-off fashion on Friday night, 3-2. Arizona breaking open a tie game late yesterday afternoon to win 7-3. Well, the Bruins start the day with an overall record of 11-6, 1-1 in the pack. U of A is 13-5, also 1-1 in the conference. On the mound, a couple of right-handers, Nick Nastrini for UCLA and TJ Nichols for Arizona. Well, as usual, we talked with John Savage earlier in advance of this one, and here's what the Bruins skipper had to say.
John, another tough game yesterday, hard-fought game. Another chance to win a series today.
Yeah, another opportunity. Pac-12 Sunday, Pac-12, and you couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, it's a good opponent. It's a great opportunity for us to grow as a team and a chance to start off league the right way.
Good thing about baseball, regardless of what happened, you get to get up tomorrow and go right back to the ballpark and kind of flush it when you have something like that happen on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't really look at it like that, but some people do. I look at it kind of the same, regardless if we win or lose. But that's just how I am.
Good to see Noah Cardenas heating up at the plate.
Yeah, Noah's a really good player, and he's a proven player, and we have a lot of proven players, really, and a lot of experience. And our senior class is terrific, and a lot of really good leadership guys. So I'm encouraged, and it's a long haul, and we just got to keep playing.
What does Nick Nastrini need to do against this powerful offense?
He just needs to pound the glove and throw pitches in areas where he's confident in and he's comfortable in, and he's got a mix. I mean, clearly they're a very offensive group, and we've done a pretty good job against them, really, to be honest with you, and we need to come back out today and make pitches.
Coach, go get them.
Thanks.
John Savage with his comments. Frank, as always. The Bruins just have to do what the Bruins do, and you got to make pitches. If you're a pitcher, you got to hit the ball if you're a hitter, and that's really pretty basic, isn't it? Boils it all down to the most basic, actually, as the Bruins break the huddle in front of their third base dugout and take the field. Let's take a look at Arizona, how they will come to bat today against Nick Nastrini. Leading off is Dante Williams, the center fielder. Batting second at first base, Brandon Bossiere. Batting third is the right fielder, Ryan Holgate. Batting fourth, shortstop Jacob Blass. Batting fifth is the designated hitter, Jacob Berry. Batting sixth is the second baseman, Kobe Kato. Batting seventh is the catcher, Daniel Susak. Batting eighth, third baseman, Tony Bullard. And batting ninth is the left fielder, Mac Bingham. Williams, Bossiere, and Holgate. Blass, Berry, and Kato. Susak, Bullard, and Bingham for Arizona. The Bruins defensively, Nastrini on the mound. Behind the plate, Noah Cardenas. JT Schwartz is at first base. Mikey Perez is at second. Matt McLean is the shortstop. And Kyle Karros is at third base. In left field today, Jared Silva getting the start. Silva in left. Kevin Kendall is in center. Michael Curiali is in right field. That's how the Bruins line up defensively. Behind Nastrini, and Nick has completed his warm-ups. Will be underway in a moment. Nastrini 2-1 with an ERA of 3.74. This is his fifth appearance. All starts 21 2/3 innings in the previous 4. He's allowed just 11 hits in 21 2/3. He's been pretty good in that department, hasn't he? Batting average against Nastrini, 145. That's all. and 31 strikeouts in 21 2/3 innings. Walks a little high, 15. Climbing into the box for the Cats is Dante Williams, and Nastrini delivers the first pitch of the ball game. It goes all the way to the backstop and bounces back to Noah Cardenas, who just turns around and fields it on a bounce. Inauspicious beginning, 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes Nastrini with a 1-0. Fastball strike. All right, now he's ready. That was just a mulligan. 1-1 the count to Williams. Dante yesterday 2 for 4. 1 for 3 on Friday. Outfield slightly around to right for the left-handed hitting center fielder. The pitch. Breaking ball down and inside, and it hit him on the back kneecap. Just a grazing blow because Cardenas caught the pitch. But just a tick of the uniform is all it takes. And Williams is aboard. So leadoff runner right away for Arizona. Williams started the game yesterday with a walk. Starts today with another freebie, a hit by pitch. And here's Bossier. Bossier, the biggest of the big sticks, more or less. He doesn't lead the team in home runs or runs batted in, but he's batting .403. Left-handed hitter. Takes inside, ball 1. Bossier, 27 base hits. Tied for the club lead with Ryan Holgate. They have hitters up and down the order, and the Bruins did, as John Savage alluded in the pregame comments, they did a good job, did UCLA pitchers, against this team, ball 2 in the dirt. Arizona comes in with all kinds of offensive statistics and a team batting average of .314. They have 17 home runs, almost twice as much as the Bruins. Away from first base, Williams, and the pitch is down and inside, ball 3, 3-0. So Nastrini immediately finding himself prospectively in hot water with Holgate, Blass, and Berry coming up. 1 batter hit by a pitch, and now 3-0 to Bossier. The pitch is a strike down the pipe. 3-1. Of course, you look at the cumulative numbers in the series, and Arizona has hit 5 home runs. Blass has 2. Kobe Kato has 1, and Jacob Berry has 1. The pitch high and outside, ball 4. So a hit batsman and a walk, and quickly Arizona with 2 on and nobody out. Nick Nastrini begins the game, we mentioned, with an ERA of 3.74. He was hit hard, however, last week at Cal Poly. That's the game that bumped his numbers up a bit. He gave up 6 earned runs in 4 innings. Walked 5. Gave up 5 hits, had a lot of base runners. Well, here in the first inning today, 2 base runners, nobody out yet for Arizona. Here's left-handed hitting Ryan Holgate. Pitch is a breaking ball, a little bit high, ball 1. A breeze blowing more or less out to center field. It's not significant, if you will. We've had some significant wins earlier this season here at the ballpark, but yesterday was pretty nice, and Friday was without wind at all. Good carrying conditions for the baseball today, as if Arizona needs to have the balls carry. Foul ball back off the net, 1-1. They hit 4 home runs yesterday. None of them were wind aided. 1-1 the count. to Holgate. Ryan at 351, tied with Bossier for the team lead in hits with 27. Leads the club in doubles and runs batted in. Runners with their leads, the pitch. Fouled back again off the top. The cable that supports the backstop drops down onto the warning track, and it's 1-2 still to Ryan Holgate. Blass next, and then Barry. Deep in right is Curiali. Kendall is normal spot in center. You can see a wear pattern on the grass in center field. Straight away and left, Silva. Nastrini checks the lead runner Williams at second, comes to the plate. Curveball just a little bit high, 2-2. Jackie Robinson Stadium, if you haven't been with us, 330 down the lines. 370 to left center, right center, 395 to straightaway center field. The pitch breaks down and in, ball 3, 3-2. Nastrini fighting his command so far in the early going, the first 3 hitters. 2 free passes, a hit batsman and a base on balls. Now a full count to Holgate. Nick sets high up around the chin and comes to the plate with a full count pitch. It's fouled back to the screen. Count remains full. Arizona will walk some, won't they? 118 bases on balls. The Bruins, you feel like they walk some too. They only have 93. But Arizona with 118 bases on balls. 3-2 pitch coming up. Popped up on the infield. Calling it is J.T. Schwartz. It's an infield fly, and so he's out automatically. Popped up to the Bruin first baseman. So Nastrini dodges that bullet. They get Holgate. Now more trouble. Blass. Jacob Blass in the series, 2 for 7, but both have gone the distance. Couple of home runs, including one on Friday night that tied the game late. The Bruins ended up winning in the bottom of the 9th inning. Right-handed hitter checks into the box. First right-hander that Nastrini has faced at the top of the order. The pitch is a little bit high, ball 1. So Blast 286 in the series, but 306 overall this season. 22 base hits in 72 at-bats. 3 homers, second on the team, tied with Bossier. 13 runs batted in. The pitch is a strike. Home plate umpire today, Mike Lusky. Ryan Goodman at first base, Randy Sutton at second, Mark Buchanan at third base. Nastrini deliberate. A long look for his sign, now has it and sits. Runners with their leads. The 1-1 pitch. Oh, a little bit low, 2-1. Nick 6'3", 215. Oodles of talent. Boy, we've seen him pitch some great games. Well, they're all big from now on, aren't they? First conference weekend of the season. Some screwy results so far. 2-1 pitch is a little bit high, ball 3. So another 3-ball count. Nastrini hit Dante Williams. Walked Brandon Bossier. Had a 3-ball count on Holgate and got him. And has a 3-ball count, 3-1 on Blass. So a lot of pitches for Nick here in the first inning. 3-1 on the way. Swung on, hit in the air to right field, slicing down the line. It's going to be foul. Can anybody catch up to it? No. Going crashing into the chain link fence is Michael Curiali. In fact, he opened the gate. And the umpire, Ryan Goodman, going down to close her up. Curiali crashing, but okay, he's back at his position in right field, so J.T. Schwartz doing the duties down there, has the prod plugged back into the ground. And we'll come back now and restart the count. 3-2, 2 on, 1 out. We'll see if Arizona decides to start the runners. Williams at second, Bossier from first base. Blasts hits it in the air to right center field. Kendall ranging to his left. Coming over to his right is Curiali. He makes the catch. Tagging at second, but changing his mind and going back to the bag is Dante Williams. So 2 out, still 2 on. They were first and second. Nobody out. Now first and second and 2 out. On the fly to right, and here's more trouble, Jacob Berry. Berry with a home run in the series. Berry with a home run yesterday. Left-handed hitter. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. Let's clear that up. The pitch is high, and there is a balk called on Nick Nastrini. And John Savage walking out to ask Mark Buchanan, the third base umpire, what that's all about. And it's a question about the hold. It's called a quick hold. And Savage had that happen last week at Cal Poly. And it gets called again. You can have a long hold. You can also have a short hold as long as you have a stop. A balk means when you come to the set, put your hands down, you have to stop before you deliver the pitch. Sometimes you can stop and 1/1000, 2/1000. But you can also stop for a half a 1,000. Nastrini sets and comes to the plate. Breaking ball, strike. 0-1. You may recall, if you were with us yesterday, Buchanan was behind the plate. And there were some questions directed at him yesterday from the UCLA dugout. Now he's at third base right in front of John Savage. And, well, you know, it's baseball. 0-1, here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Berry. The designated hitter is batting .386. He's been doing some designated hitting, hasn't he? 4 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Tops in the long ball department, second in ribbies. Behind on the count, 0-2 here. Runners from second and third. Nastrini trying to wiggle out of it in the first inning. Curveball, he doesn't do it. It's hit to center field for a base hit. They get 1 run, and they get 2 runs. Throw to the plate, bounced, knocked down by Cardenas. An 0-2 pitch to Jacob Berry is lined to center for a base hit. 2 runs batted in for Jacob. And Bossier, the trail runner, scores standing up. Following Dante Williams to the plate. So, U of A at it again this afternoon. Arizona led the game yesterday 2-0 in the second inning. Today they lead it 2-0 in the first inning. So Nastrini almost got out of the jam. Away from first base is Berry. Here's Kobe Cotto. Cotto hit a home run yesterday too. The pitch is a strike. Arizona 2 in the top half of inning number 1. Happy to have you with us The Cats go on the attack immediately. Both free passes, the hit batsman and the walk, are cashed in. Not a shocker. The pitch down and in. In college baseball, more than 50% of all walks score. And when you lead off an inning with 2 of them, the percentage goes up even higher. 1-1. Here it comes. There's a strike. 1-2. Cotto starting today, .339. 5 doubles among his 20 base hits. 10 runs batted in. The homer yesterday was his first. It was a line shot to center field straight away into the batter's eye, the screen right above the mark. The pitch, curveball a little bit high, 2-2 to Cotto. Daniel Susak is on deck. Arizona today wearing gray pants, blue shirts, dark blue. Red numerals. Left-handed hitting Cotto against the right-hander Nastrini. Nick delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the side is retired. Pulled the string a little bit. Cotto out in front. Goes down. But Arizona gets 2 big ones in the top of the first inning. 2 walks and 1 hit. All that around a balk, which sets up certainly the second run. And we'll go to the bottom half of inning number 1. The Bruins getting ready to face T.J. Nichols. T.J. Nichols is a right-hander, and he will face the Bruins in this order. Kevin Kendall leads off. Batting second is Matt McLean. Batting third is Noah Cardenas. Batting fourth, J.T. Schwartz. Batting fifth, Mikey Perez. In the 6th spot is Josh Hahn. Batting 7th is Michael Curiali. Batting 8th, Jaron Silva. And batting 9th is Kyle Karros. Kendall, McLean, and Cardenas. Schwartz, Perez, and Hahn. Curiali, Silva, and Karros. Couple of differences in the lineup. Noah Cardenas has been elevated to the number 3 spot. He's been striking it well. We talked about him on the pregame show. Mikey Perez is entrenched in the 5 spot today after hitting second yesterday. Hahn, the DH. Again, Curiali still in the bottom third of the order at the 7 spot. He was at 6 yesterday. Jaron Silva getting the start in the 8 hole. Yesterday it was Carson Yates against a left-handed pitcher, and Kyle Karros is hitting 9th. So the Bruins shaking it up a little bit. The issue with UCLA yesterday was not base runners or opportunities. They had plenty.
The center fielder, number 4, Kevin Kendall.
In fact, in the game yesterday, the Bruins had 9 base hits. And they received 10 walks. They also had Cardenas hit by a pitch. On top of that, Arizona made 3 errors. The Bruins had, 23 base runners yesterday. But just 3 runs. There's a swing and a miss by Kevin Kendall against T.J. Nichols. And count quickly 0-1. Kendall batting .360. 27 base hits, leads the team by a bunch. Next is Matt McLean with 20. He's on deck. Here comes Nichols. And it's on the inside corner for a strike. 0-2. Nichols is 3-0. His ERA is 4.29. Boy, are they high on him. Highly rated player. Coming out of high school, just a freshman. Comes in with the 0-2, hit to the right side, but that's where Cotto is, and he throws him out. Kendall retired 4-3. One down. Here's McLean.
Number 1, the shortstop, Matt McLean.
McLean at 303. 20 for 63, 4 doubles. 10 runs batted in for Matt. 12 walks. On base a lot. Righty-righty matchup. Nichols delivers the first pitch outside, ball 1. TJ has allowed 22 base hits in 21 innings. He'll give up a hit an inning, according to the numbers. Batting average against 265. Pop foul behind us and will land among the scouts, who all dive aside and let the baseball bounce. 10 earned runs charged to Nichols. 22 strikeouts against 6 walks in 21 innings. There's a strike, and the count 1-2 to McLean. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball away. Wildcats are playing McLean straight away. Nichols still looking for his sign. Now he has it. Swings into his windup and delivers the 2-2 inside. McLean jumping back out of the way. Bruins still leading the overall series. And figured to be for years to come. The pitch is outside, ball 4. So McLean a base on balls. The Bruins have their first base runner. And here's Cardenas.
25, Noah Cardenas.
Bruins are up 11 in the all-time series. You know, even if Arizona was to sweep, it would take them 4 years to catch up, wouldn't it? Well, that's not likely. Righty-righty matchup. Cardenas batting .246, heading in the right direction offensively. He's been swinging it pretty well lately. Fouls this one to the right side. 0-1. Noah 3 for 6 in the series. 2 for 3 yesterday. Away from first base, McLean, held by Bossier. Bossier receives the throw, but back is McLean. Nico Gallego having a few words with Matt. Gallego in his 7th year coaching first base. Rex Peters in his 10th year around at third, waiting for company. Set is Nichols. Long hold. Now he comes. Swing and a miss. Fastball by him, and it's 0-2 to Noah Cardenas. JT Schwartz is on deck. Cardenas checking over his shoulder with Bryant Ward, the offensive coach, at the near end of the Bruins dugout. Ward said, hit a homer. Oh, no, he didn't, but 0-2 pitch. Strike 3, and Cardenas sits down. Pitch right down the middle, so guessing wrong, Cardenas. Well, there's a lot of guesswork in hitting.
Number 7, JT Schwartz.
It takes just milliseconds, you know, for a baseball to be on its way, and you have a fraction, a blink of an eye to make a decision on a pitch, and there is some guesswork involved, and certainly guessing where it's going to be in the zone, strike zone. Multi-dimensional. Here's JT Schwartz, left-handed hitter, stepping in against Nichols with McLean at first, 2 out. Swung on, foul tipped at the plate, and it's 0-1 to JT Schwartz. Schwartz, a sophomore, Batting .500, 12 for 24. 1 for 4 in the series, but he has 4 walks and has been hit by a pitch as well, so he's been on base 2/3 of the time in the first 2 days. Way out on the grass is second baseman Cotto. I mean, way out. Fouled off to the left side. Mike Reed comes over to fetch. Has himself a souvenir. He'll take it back to the Squirrels. They've been eating peanuts, so maybe a baseball, give him a little treat. No, that's cruel, Tim. Don't give a squirrel a baseball. 0-2 is the count to Schwartz. McLean with his lead, and there's a throw over there again. And he's back with a dive. Quiet day in West Los Angeles. Traffic moving. Breeze. Blue skies. 68 degrees at game time. Limited helicopter traffic. And as soon as I say that, here comes one in from left field. 0-2 pitch is coming up to JT Schwartz. Strike 3 called, fastball on the knees, outside edge. And Schwartz goes down looking, as did Noah Cardenas. So a couple of Bruins punched out by TJ Nichols. And at the end of 1 inning, Arizona 2, UCLA nothing. A lot of baseball ahead. Stay with us. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Keys on that ice. Keys all across LA. We're there for every basket. We're there for every touchdown. Keys is everywhere. Keys on that ice. And we'll be there for you when you need a new or used car, truck, or SUV. Proud sponsors of UCLA Athletics. Go Bruins! Visit keyscars.com. Keys on that ice.
Feel good banking. That's what you get with Westcom, the official banking partner of UCLA Athletics. Because for every Bruin who opens an account, Westcom will donate $100 to local food banks. Let's do good together. Visit ucla.westcom.org for more details. Westcom is insured by NCUA. Certain terms and conditions may apply.
Top half of the second inning, Arizona coming to bat against Nick Nastrini. They made a couple of walks, or a walk and a hit batsman work in their favor in the first inning. A 2-out 0-2 single to center field by Jacob Berry brought home a pair, and that's where we stand. 2-0 Cats as they try to win this series. The last time that happened here was not as long ago as you might imagine. It was 2017. Arizona came in here and won the series against the Bruins 2-1. First pitch is a strike to Daniel Susak, right-handed hitting catcher. 0-1, strike 2. Susak 2 for 8 in the series, a double among them. 1 run batted in. The pitch. Up. 1-2. University of Arizona in Tucson. As you know, the pitch. Swung on, hit the shortstop. Tough hop. McLean knocks it down, picks it up, throws, gets it. So one of those tweeners, it was hit
Tony Bullard.
Carrying the grass and didn't bounce until it got to the dirt. It's a tough play. You know you're going to get a hop. McLean took it in the midsection, knocked it down, picked it up, got him by a step. Susak retired 6-3. One gone to Tony Bullard, the third baseman. Bullard batting 167 overall. Quiet in the series, 0 for 7. A couple of the Wildcats have had a quiet weekend. First pitch, ball 1 to Bullard. Nastrini delivers a strike, 1-1. Bossier, Bullard, and Bingham. 3 in the starting lineup have offers for the weekend, no hits. 1-1 pitch, up and in for a ball, 2-1. John Savage was talking on the pregame about the Bruins having done a good job against Arizona, and they have. In Arizona, with that batting average of .314 as a team. 2-1 pitch, misses, ball 3, 3-1. Arizona last night, they win the game 7-3. They end up with 10 hits, but it was all very late in the game. 3-1 is a strike, 3-2. They had 1 hit in the 8th. They had 3 hits in the 9th. 2 of them going the distance. So going into the 8th inning, it was a 3-3 game, and the Bruins had allowed just 6 hits. And Arizona got just 6 on Friday. There's ball 4. So save for an inning
Outfielder
really.
number 7, Mac Bingham.
Arizona hitting well under 300 for the weekend, but the series is tied. Runner aboard, 1 out walk is the third free pass from Nastrini. The first 2 scored. Bingham is the batter. Mac 0 for 6, takes outside, ball 1. Nastrini not sharp yet. Away from first base, Bullard. Held by Schwartz. A couple of big guys over there. The pitch. Low, ball 2. Time is called, and Noah Cardenas going out to talk with Nastrini. I was reading about Arizona the other day. Their name came up in an article. I'm a big space buff. Outer space. I mean, I like space in the broadcast booth too, but I'm talking about space exploration. And I'm talking about universities that were receiving grants. Arizona's name came up. School was awarded more NASA grants for space exploration than any other university. That was notable. 2-0 as we get ready to go back to work. Nastrini delivers, showing bunt and taking a strike. As he pulled it back was Bingham. It's now 2-1. Runner at first, 1 out. Not a bad idea. Back at third base, Karros. You can sacrifice with 1 out. There's no rule against that. Arizona with some boppers to follow as we go back to the top of the order. 2-1 is the count, and here comes the pitch. Way outside, knocked down by Cardenas. Saved a wild pitch. That was off the plate by plenty, and it's 3-1. Another 3-ball count for Nastrini. And some Bruins stirring in the bullpen. Three and one, 1 out. The pitch. Ball 4. Another one in the dirt. Bullard to second. Bingham to first. And
Dante Williams.
That will give a coach gray hairs. And John Savage is going to come out and talk about it. With one out and nobody on, back-to-back walks to Bullard and Bingham, who were a combined 0 for 13 in the series. Now you have to go to the top of the order and face the big boys. Savage meeting with everybody on the hill. Well, everything gets magnified in conference play. You get behind by a run, it feels like 2. You're behind by 3, it feels like 6. Just a quick meeting, break up the routine and quick reset. Savage goes back to the dugout. And we'll go back to work. Arizona had 2 runners aboard on free passes in the first inning, and both scored. Now they have 2 aboard in the second inning. Williams with Bossier on deck. Nastrini out of the set, of course. Bullard away from second, Bingham from first. The pitch, swing and a miss. Dante Williams, 0-1 on the count. He was hit by a pitch, just the slightest nick of the back left leg. Didn't even alter the course of the baseball as Cardenas made the catch, but it clipped the pants of the center fielder. There's another strike, and it's 0-2 to Williams. Nastrini's breaking ball has been pretty good pitch for him so far, though fighting his control. Ahead 0-2 here. He was ahead 0-2 to Berry in the first inning with 2 out and 2 on. And Berry hit a sharp single to center field. We'll see what's coming this time. 0-2 to Williams. Set at the chest. Nastrini checks the lead runner and comes to the plate. Fastball high and outside. 1-2. Full slate of conference games on the docket again today. We'll talk about that at the end of this half inning. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Williams lunging out in front. Off-speed pitch. Took a while to get there. Nastrini pulling the string enough to get the strikeout. Second strikeout for Nick. 2 out in the inning. And here's Bossier. Bossier walked and scored in the first. As we mentioned, hitless in the series, 0 for 8. Hungry hitter. Bossier batting .403. The Bruins have done the job in shutting him down. The pitch is down and inside for a ball, 1-0. Bossier also walks a lot with the 1 in the first inning. He has 17, 2 off the team lead. 1-0 pitch. Coming up from Nastrini. There it is. Same spot, ball 2. Pitching carefully to Bossier. Nastrini has fallen behind. 2 balls and no strikes. Outfield shifted around to right. Just a touch. 2-0 pitch. Instead, a bluff to second base. Third game of 3 in this series. Non-conference on Tuesday, but they all matter, don't they? LMU will be here Tuesday night, 6 o'clock game. Plan to be with us. 2-0 pitch. Fastball high, ball 3. So Nastrini, who was not terribly sharp in his last outing, with 5 bases on balls in 4 innings, heading down a similar path this afternoon. Here comes the 3-0. It's a strike at the knees, 3-1. The game at Cal Poly in his last start. He gave up his 4 runs early, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and then settled down. He bluffs to second base again. The count still 3-1. And was touched up last Sunday for 2 home runs. 1 in the first and 1 in the second. Nick ready for the 3-1, checks the runner, and comes to the plate. Swung on, fouled back off the padding. Full count to Nastrini, or from Nastrini to Brandon Bossiere. Ryan Holgate next. Arizona goes from here to play tomorrow. They play Loyola Marymount too while they're over here. They play him tomorrow. The pitch is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball is by Bossiere. He's still hitless in the series, the top cat, but his team leads 2-0 at the end of 1 1/2 innings. They strand 2. And the bottom half in a moment, talking about the conference standings. Had a chance to talk with John Savage briefly about it. Here's what the skipper had to say.
John, 8 teams are 1-1 after the first 2 days. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of parity, right, really throughout the whole country. You look at the SEC even. I mean, there's teams beating teams all over the place in the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12. So it's who's going to be able to deal with adversity the best. I really believe that, and that's what the fun part about this business is bouncing back.
Yeah, there's been some bounce back in this series already. You see that, and not just from day to day, but inning to inning. Bruins led by 2 for a couple hours on Friday night. Arizona tied it. The Bruins had a bounce back to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. And yesterday, Arizona led 3-0 for a long time. Bruins tied it with a run in the 6th and 2 in the 7th. It was 3-3 going to the 8th. The Cats got 1 in the 8th and 3 in the 9th. There's a bounce back for Arizona. So back and forth and back and forth. Arizona with the quick lead in this one, 2 in the top of the first. We're now in the bottom of the second, 2-0. Bruins go to work against TJ Nichols. And the batter is Mikey Perez. Perez, right-handed hitting second baseman. 2 for 8 in the series, takes a strike. 0-1 the count. Outfield straight away for Mikey. Strike 2. Strike 1, strike 2. So Nichols, in contrast to Nastrini, at least to this point, getting ahead of the hitters more or less. Here's the 0-2. It's outside, ball 1. Perez yesterday 1 for 4. He had a sacrifice bunt in that 7th inning when the Bruins rallied to tie. Big play at that time. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled back. TJ Nichols ranked number 89 last year coming out of college or out of high school. Ground ball to shortstop, going down to get it was Blass, and the ball caromed up. It looked like it hit him right in the face. Time is called for a moment.
Designated hitter number 32, John
He's
Paul.
okay. Blass went to his left, went down to his knees to try to spear it. It looked like the ball kind of took a sideways-ish hop and kicked up and whacked the shortstop. Bruins get their first base hit. Infield single for Mikey Perez to lead things off in the second inning. Josh Hahn, the designated hitter, lefty against the righty, pitches in the dirt, kicks away from Susak, and Mikey Perez goes to second base. So wild pitch, charge to Nichols. Bruins dugout trying to pick up the pace into it at this point. A little more quiet in the first inning. But you know you have to make your own momentum when there's nobody in the stands. It's the craziest thing. You have some teams that are not rah-rah types and others that are. And you have to do it yourself. There's a line drive base hit into left field. The Bruins are going to be on the board just like that. Hahn with an RBI single. Mikey Perez comes home and the lead has been cut in half. It's 2-1. So Josh Hahn, RBI base hit,
Michael Curiali.
gets the Bruins on the board. Hahn with his first hit of the series, he was 0 for 4. 1 for 5 now with a big one. Opposite field base hit. He's at first with nobody out. First two aboard. A single, a wild pitch, and a single. 2-1 Arizona. Here's Curiali. Curiali 3 for 9 in the series with a double. The pitch swung on, fouled straight back, was on that pitch just under it. Outfield just a touch around to right against Curiali. Climbing back in the box, Michael with Jaron Silva on deck, and then Kyle Karros. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch outside, blocked by Susak. You just talk about Nichols and Susak. You've got two highly rated guys who were in high school last year. According to Prep Baseball Report, both are in the top 500 in the country. Susak, number 41, Nichols, 89. Two highly rated guys. The battery today, set at the belt, and the pitch off speed, got it, strike 2. 1-2 to Curiali. Curiali yesterday, 1 for 5 with a run batted in. Short lead at first from Hahn. Nichols, long hold, sets at the belt and comes to the plate just off the outside edge. 2-2 is the count. Dante Williams moving a little more towards right center. So the gap would be in left center or down the left field line, wide open. The pitch is swung on, a hit to right center. Fading to his left is Williams. He has room and he makes the catch. By the time he catches that, he's almost in straightaway right field because of the shift. Williams tracks down the fly off the bat of Curiali. They had him played just right. And that's the first out of the inning. Hahn returns to first base. Here's Silva. Jaron getting his first start of the weekend. 0 for 1 in the series. Scored a run. Left-handed hitter. Silva batting .211. 8 for 38. Takes off the plate, ball 1. Silva did not make an appearance yesterday. He batted once in the DH spot on Friday night. Pitch is swung on, fouled back, out of play. 1-1. Lefty against the righty. Silva wearing number 8 on the back of his home whites, the pinstripe whites the Bruins are wearing today. Not wearing any undersleeves. It's a nice day. Ready for the pitch. Here it comes. Way inside. Almost got him. 2-1 the count. Silva, he's been around for a long time. Redshirt senior. 6'1", 185 out of Stockton. Redshirt senior, if you're not familiar with the calculations, that means his 5th year. It just swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Well, he'll have some memories for a lifetime, having been here for 5 years. There's been some things that have been pretty amazing. Beyond last season. 2-2 the count. Nichols, a long set. Here he comes. Grounded to shortstop. To his right goes Blast. To second base, 1. To first, not in time. Silva reaches first. Hahn out at second. 6-4 on the force play.
44, Kyle Karros.
Silva with the fielder's choice. Takes up camp at first with 2 outs to Kyle Karros. Karros 1 for 5 yesterday. Or in the series, I should say. 1 for 5 this weekend. Yesterday, 1 for 2. Scored a run. Also had a walk. He's been walking a bit too. So getting on base. Fouls this one off, right side out of play. Karros has also proven to be a pretty good bunter when called upon to sacrifice. No sacrifice here. There's 2 out, 0-1 the count. Deep at third is Bullard. Back on the edge of the outfield grass, the shortstop blasts the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. One hit for Karros in the series, a double. Yesterday inside the first base line. Rifled one past Bossier and just inside the chalk. The pitch. Strike outside corner. Boy, looked away. But it's 1-2. Silva away from first. Nichols keeping an eye on him and steps off the rubber. Arizona 2, UCLA 1. We're in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. The pitch, grounded to the right side, through, base hit. Silva to second base, and he'll stop there. So Kyle Karros extends the inning, his 2nd hit of the series. Hit number 3 for the Bruins. Time is called, and going to the mound is Nate Yeskie to have a conversation. This is just a reset, nobody throwing. Yeskie is pointing to the outfield fence and shrugging his shoulders, motioning toward the dugout, so not happy about something or other. Now talking to Nichols, who nods yes. U of A pitching has performed pretty well the last 2 seasons under Yeskie. He makes most of the visits. We've seen Jay Johnson out there once in the series, but Nate does most of the presenting of facts and delivers the exhortations, and now he walks back to the dugout. Meeting adjourned. 2-1 Arizona over UCLA, bottom of the second inning. In the inning, Perez, an infield single to shortstop. Went to second on a wild pitch. Josh Hahn drove him in with a base hit into the left field corner. Curiali flied out to center field. Silva bounced into a force. Karros has singled to right. First and second, 2 out. The pitch is inside and whacks Kevin Kendall on the foot. Full force, a fastball that missed, and that hurts. Kendall is down in a heap at home plate on his knees. Now trying to stand up. No, can't do it, and he goes back down. Oh, my goodness. Kendall grimacing as he is now rolled over onto his backside, trying to get up. John Savage is coming out. Trainers are coming out, 2 of them. Rex Peters comes down to see what's up, and Kevin is just on his hands and knees on all fours. It was a fastball down and in, and just flat out hit him full force. No bounce, just hit him on the foot. He's trying to walk it off at home plate, and he more than likely will, but that is going to hurt tonight. Kendall takes off his batting gloves and says he's going to make a go of it and heads on to first base, noticeably limping. Well, look, if that's 95 miles an hour, which it probably is, that's a full force 95 on your foot. And he had no chance. It was just right at him. Nichols now walking behind the mound. Kendall, normally with great speed, is still laboring at first base, trying to shake some feeling back into that foot. Doing some knee bends out there. It has loaded the bases. The Bruins have 3 aboard. The batter is McLean with the sacks full. The pitch. Outside ball 1. Silva at third base. Karros at second base. Kendall, after being hit by the pitch, is at first. McLean walked in the first inning. Chance to build onto his RBI total. The pitch is high, ball 2. It's always interesting to see how a pitcher responds after hitting a batter. Hitting a batter significantly. That was a significantly hit batter, not just a nick or an inside pitch that somebody takes on the elbow. When you injure somebody, it does make you think. You know, there's some hardcore guys, yeah, that's old school. It does make you think, though. And you have to stand out there. There's no warming up or staying loose during the break. You just have to stand there and think about it. Like what happened on that pitch. Now, the next batter, you're quickly behind 2-0. Now we go back to play, and McLean hits it in the air to center field. But it's going to be routine for Dante Williams, waiting for it to come down out of the bright blue sky, and he makes the catch. So McLean swings at the 2-0, gets one to hit, but not to be. Sky out, finishes the inning. We'll keep an eye on Kendall and see how he's doing when he tries to run out to center field. Bruins strand the bases loaded, but they do get 1. And at the end of 2 innings, it's 2-1 Arizona. Long way to go in this one. Stay with us. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG.
CarWraps.com is Southern California's premier source for creating a distinctive and cool look on any vehicle. Prior to wraps, the only way to alter a car's appearance was a paint job. With CarWraps.com, your new look will withstand wind, rain, cold, and heat. Promote your business or show your love for the Bruins by wrapping your car, truck, or RV. You can change the color of your car by wrapping your entire vehicle. We have hundreds of colors available and can create any wrap or custom design. CarWraps.com. Do you, and let our experts make your vision a reality. A proud partner of UCLA Athletics.
Eating healthy doesn't have to be bland, boring, or restrictive, nor does it have to cost a fortune. We pride ourselves in using the finest ingredients to create mouth-watering, satisfying dishes. With just a few clicks, you can customize your meals to tailor your lifestyle and have them delivered right to your doorstep. Go to www.eatnakedla.com for competitive prices, delicious meal plans, and save on your subscription today by using discount code Bruins10 at checkout. Eat Naked LA, the official meal provider of UCLA Athletics.
Leading up Arizona, number 42, right fielder Ryan Holgate.
Top of the third inning, Arizona 2, UCLA 1. Watching Kevin Kendall between innings at center field, and he's clearly a little bit hurting. First pitch by Nastrini, airmails another one to the backstop. We've seen that several times from Nick. The first pitch of an inning goes all the way to the screen. It happened to start the game. First pitch to Holgate. Ditto. 1-0. Here we go. Down and in, ball 2. So Nastrini behind again right out of the chute to start the third inning. Holgate popped to first base in the first inning. Left-handed hitter ready to receive the 2-0. Pops it up, fouled behind us and out of play. 2-1. Well, you know, you watch a player, Kendall's still trying to kick some life into the foot, the right foot, and he's puts it behind him and kicks the toe into the turf. It begins to feel like it went to sleep. Pitch checked his swing, he went around. It's 2-2. So the Bruins center fielder moving a little gimpy right now. Pretty important player for John Savage. 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off the catcher. Foul ball straight back, and it hit Cardenas in the mask. Umpire Lusky pats him on the back and buys him a little time, cleans off home plate. That's what they do. They kind of look out for one another. Asks him if he's okay, puts a hand on his shoulder. Courtesy. It's tough back there. Here comes the 2-2. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Cardenas tags the batter Holgate while he's still in the batter's box. 3 strikeouts in a row for Nick Nastrini. Now a total of 4. You know, you can see things beginning to come together for pitchers sometimes. You just look for some trends. It just gets a little better and then a little better, and fastball up and in. He's having trouble with the fastball, but his breaking stuff has been terrific. Ball 1 to Blass. Fly to right in the first inning. Of course, you have to be so precise against players at this level. It's not just Arizona. These are good baseball players. Division I and in the West. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. A little bit high, ball 2. Looked like Blass tried to call timeout, but wasn't granted the timeout. Now he backs out, wipes his eye. Had a little speck of something. Well, it is pollen season, as the First day of spring was yesterday. The pitch is off speed, breaking ball, strike. There's another ball with movement that catches the zone. So things getting better for Nastrini. He did walk 2 in the last inning. But then he struck out the next 2 and the first man here in the third. Here comes the 2-1. Another curveball. There's another strike. 2-2. Pitching is such a delicate science. You don't have to miss by much and your game can come apart. All about feel. 2-2 pitch, fly to right. Michael Curiali looks up into the sunshine, sunglasses a-glistening, and he makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down in the third.
Designated hitter Jacob Berry.
A lot of times pitchers, for some reason, some are slow starters. Others are not. Just kind of have to work around that. You get into a game, the mound in the middle of Jackie is different than the mound in the bullpen. Any pitcher will tell you that in any ballpark. The batter is Berry. The pitch, a fastball high and away, ball 1. Jake Brooks starting to throw in the Bruins bullpen. Nastrini has, unfortunately for John Savage, thrown a lot of pitches already because of the early walks. This one's in the dirt, ball 2. So it has gotten better. Arizona with just 1 hit. That was the single from this guy. Berry, it drove in the 2 runs in the first inning. Nobody aboard this time, and the pitch is a strike at the knees. 2-1. Breeze kicking up a little. You can see the eucalyptus waving in center field, but the flags aren't moving much. Just a bit. Palm trees to our right. Moving. Pitch misses. 3-1. We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard. That's the fun part of conference season, is watching what other folks are doing as well. It's like 5 games in 1. The pitch is high, ball 4. So another walk for Nastrini. Missed with 3 fastballs in that sequence. And Berry is aboard with 2 out. Here's Kato. Kato struck out in the first inning. It's the second time through the lineup. So batters are seeing Nastrini for the second time, and that can make a difference. So far, no damage done other than the walks. 2 walks in the second, 1 now with 2 out here in the third. That followed a walk and a hit batsman in the first inning. Nastrini sets and comes to the plate. Curveball, strike. 0-1. Deep in right is Curiali against the left-handed hitting Wildcats second baseman. Batting .333 as he stands in, ready to receive the 0-1 pitch. With Berry away from first, the pitch inside corner, strike 2, fastball. USC won again last night after we went off the air, so they are the only team in the pack that is 2-0. Washington, their opponent, is the only team in the pack that's 0-2. Everybody else is 1-1. A lot of series deciders today, right? 4 of them. The pitch. Bounced foul into the Arizona dugout. Count remains 0-2 to Kobe Kato. ASU, Oregon. Oregon won last night. Washington State, Oregon State. Oregon State won last night. Utah, Stanford. Utah won last night. Here comes the 0-2. Is hit to center field and hard. Kendall broke in. Now he goes back, but he has plenty of room, and he makes the catch. Well, none the worse for wear on that fly ball out, Kendall, and he'll return to the dugout along with his mates. After a scoreless top three, Arizona leaves one at the end of 2.5. It's 2-1 Wildcats. Stay with us. A lot of baseball ahead. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Ready, the official protein of UCLA Athletics, is one of the fastest growing sports nutrition brands in America. Ready is fueling Bruin athletes with best-in-class all-natural protein water, bars, powders, and snacks, backed by cutting-edge sports nutrition. And Ready is now available to power Bruin fans, too. Check out Ready on Amazon or at teamready.com. That's teamready.com. Ready, the official protein of UCLA Athletics. Championship nutrition powering UCLA champions.
Have you ever had cheesesteak with chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, crisp bacon, fried eggs, fries, mayo, ketchup, salt, and pepper on a fresh baked gyro? Well, the tens of thousands of fans of Fat Sal's Deli have. That's what we do at Fat Sal's. Since 2010, we've been building mouth-watering, over-the-top, one-of-a-kind creations. Come try us out at one of our 3 Southern California locations, Encino, Hollywood, and right in the heart of Westwood Village. For details, visit our website, fatsalsdeli.com. We're making sandwiches over here.
Bruins come to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning against TJ Nichols, the freshman right-hander, nursing a 2-1 lead. The Bruins got their run in the 2nd. The Cats had their pair of runs in the 1st. Cardenas, Schwartz, and Perez, 3-4-5 for UCLA. Josh Hahn, if they can keep it going. Cardenas called out on strikes in the 1st inning. Righty-righty matchup, the pitch outside. Hi to Stacy Watson, listening, father of Grant. All-time winningest left-hander in Bruin history. Staying connected to the program. Pitches inside, ball 2 to Cardenas. Eye to the Wards. Listening back east. Bob and Deb in Colorado, 3-0 as this one sails outside. Fastball command an issue for Nichols on the first 3 pitches of this half inning. Cardenas ahead on the count, 3-0. Schwartz waiting. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Strike right down the middle that time. Here comes the 3-1. It's low, ball 4. Bruins get the leadoff runner aboard for the 2nd straight inning.
JT Schwartz.
And here's Schwartz. He too, like Cardenas, was called out on strikes in the 1st inning. Well, hi to Roger Moore, listening in North Carolina. Now, we probably have more North Carolina listeners than anywhere other than California. Just kind of the way it works out. Somehow, some way. Lefty JT climbs in the box. The pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. 0-1. Well, why not? Why can't you be a Bruins fan in North Carolina? Hi to Tony Rossi. Away from first, Cardenas, and Schwartz takes a breaking ball strike, 0-2. Tony Rossi had a thought about pitches going to the backstop, reminiscent of Nuke LaLoosh. Good comparison. 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. Count remains 0-2 to JT with Perez and then Hahn as the Bruins try to manufacture something in the bottom half of this third inning. They have a run on 3 hits. Arizona with just the 1 hit that came in the first inning with 2 out, drove in the runs. So again, Bruin pitchers are doing a good job. They have throughout the weekend. The pitch is swung on, fouled back. It gets overshadowed sometimes. You give up a couple of home runs and you think, oh my goodness, we're getting bombed. And well, it is a bomb that somebody hits, but a hit is a hit, whether it's an infield single or a home run against the ledger. So when you look at the hits column, it can be very deceiving. You can have 10 bad hits or you can have 10 good hits. Bruins have held down the Wildcats in terms of the total hits. Fouled again to the left side by Schwartz. Max Gittleson checks in to say hi. Yeah, you know what you have to think about? There's a question about the strike zone for you watching on TV or on the live stream. Talk about that. Good point. 0-2 is the count. Set is Nichols. Long hold, and now time is called by JT Schwartz. It was a pretty good pitch. He went through with it anyway, but Schwartz was granted the timeout from umpire Mike Lusky. Nichols has a very long set when he comes to the belt. A number of the Arizona pitchers do. We have noticed that throughout the weekend. And he goes set at the belt again. 0-2. Still set. The pitch. Fastball away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hi to the Bergs and the Abramsons. Checking in. On the patio in Covina. Well, why not with a day like this? It's a pretty one on this Sunday in SoCal. 1-2. The pitch is up and in to JT Schwartz. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schwartz has a pretty good eye at the plate. For him to be called out on strikes like he was in the first inning, it doesn't happen very much. If he strikes out, it's swinging. But he doesn't strike out all that much, and he walks a lot. Left-handed hitter. Receives the pitch. Strike 3 called. He goes down looking a second time. Well, set him up that time, didn't I? 1 out. Inside at the knees. Good spot from Nichols. First out of the inning. And here's Mikey Perez. It's really extraordinary for Schwartz to go down looking. But he does for the second time today. Now, it's Perez. Mikey an infield single in the second inning. First pitch, strike, catches the outside edge. The question was, watching the strike zone on TV, what do you see? Well, you can't judge the strike zone by what you see from the center field camera because it's not in center field. The pitch is a strike called, and it's 0-2. There's some distortion there, as there is with almost every baseball telecast. Not just here, but everywhere, including the big leagues. There is a center field camera in the big leagues, but there's a base hit to left field. Perez, his second hit of the day, rounding second and going to third is Cardenas. They don't throw there, and when he looks to third base, Mikey Perez says, okay, fine, I'll take 2. So Perez heads up base running on what should have been a single. The play there is for Bingham to come up and go to second base if you don't have a throw. But when he pump faked, that was all it took for Mikey Perez to say, thank you very much, I'll go to second. So it goes into the books as a double. Heads up base running by Perez. A walk, and after the strikeout, a double, tying run now at third base. for Josh Hahn. Hahn drove in the Bruins run in the second inning with a line single to left. This time they're playing him straight away. The pitch is lined down that way again, but slicing foul beyond the bullpen. So Hahn going the other way twice. And Josh, who has been played as a pull hitter, can harken back to last weekend when the shift was way around to right against Hahn. And from what we've seen of him in the early going this season, he does like to pull the baseball. However, right fielder Holgate is way into right center. The whole right field line is wide open. There's a fastball on the edge for strike two. No balls and 2 strikes. The shift clearly on Hahn. The book that Arizona is reading on the Bruins designated hitter says play him around to left. And there's nobody even remotely close. That would be the right fielder Holgate. Well, who else would there be? Nobody home on the grass. Ball has hit right back to the mound. They've got Cardenas hung down up in a run out from third base and going down to make the tag. Nichols played it right. He speared the baseball. It's a run on contact play. It's a hard hit one hopper right back to the mound. And when Nichols was able to field that thing, then all bets were off and Cardenas was hung out to dry. And a pitcher is supposed to run at the base runner. You don't throw the ball because that gives them a place to commit to. Well, the other direction from where the baseball goes. When you run at the runner, you freeze him. And then when you get close, then you'll get into the rundown. So good play by Nichols. They get the lead runner, Cardenas, 1 unassisted. That's the second out of the inning. Holding at second is Perez. The pitch is outside, blocked by the catcher, Susak. Good play. Saved his pitcher a wild pitch. Hahn, of course, reaches safely on the fielder's choice. First and second, 2 out. Curiali trying to pick somebody up. It's 1-0 to Michael. Bruins trailing by a run in the third. Set by Nichols, and he bluffs to second base. Remember, if you were with us yesterday, UCLA left runners all over the place. They had plenty of base runners. They couldn't get the right hit at the right time. They did get 9 base hits. And they had, as we mentioned earlier, 23 base runners. But only 3 scored, which means a lot of them got left, right? A couple eliminated and some base running issues. The pitch is off the edge, 2-0 to Curiali. But the Bruins yesterday left 13 runners on. And when you have a game that was tied 3-3 in the 8th, that's painful. They stranded 1 in the first today, 3 in the second. Right now there's 2 on here in the third. The pitch outside, ball 3, 3-0. Bruins dugout trying to shake something loose. Now some action beginning in the Arizona pen. A right-hander begins to throw. Quinn Flanagan loosening. 3 balls and no strikes to count to Curiali with Silva next. That one misses badly, ball 4. So none of those pitches were really close to Curiali. Perez to third base.
Jaron Silva.
Hahn to second base. Curiali at first base, and Nate Yeski going back to the mound. So we can continue the conversation about the center field camera. Major League Baseball, for example, at that level, has a camera that measures the strike zone efficiency. They record it for umpires and for other purposes, just to evaluate the preciseness, if you will, of pitching and pitch calling and what have you. But umpires can go back after a game and watch the entire game. By the time they get back to the hotel after a game, the entire ball game has been edited in New York, pitch after pitch after pitch. They can watch 250 pitches in their room in about 30 minutes. Watch the whole game. Yeskie back in the dugout for Arizona. Silva checking in for the Bruins. Well, they don't do that at the college level. But obviously, when you're watching a game on television at home and you're complaining about the ball and strike count in the big leagues, you're not seeing the same angle. There's a breaking ball strike to Silva, 0-1. Jaron flied to center field. He can give the Bruins a lead with a base hit here. Bases loaded for the second straight inning against T.J. Nichols. So you're not seeing the same angle. The camera here is in left center, and that's the case in the big leagues as well. Pitches outside, 1-1. So you're watching a pitch at home and you're thinking, oh my gosh, that ball was a foot outside. You know, sometimes it's outside, but it's pretty close, and umpires are working against a computer now that'll evaluate whether or not it was a strike with the math and the graphics and what have you. And they're generally right. The pitch low and inside almost hit him. 2 balls and a strike to Silva. Now, not as computerized at the college level, but more than you'd realize, depending on the ballpark that you're in. And here the camera is in left center, so you are not seeing a true inside versus outside. You can see the ups and downs. That's pretty easy. 2-1 pitch. That's down and inside, ball 3. Fastball misses. So Nichols, 1 pitch away from walking in the tying run. Flanagan, who was warming in the Arizona pen, is watching at the moment. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, foul tipped and gloved by Susak. Well, he got a good pitch to swing at. Belt high fastball. And the Bruins will be off and running from all 3 bases in a moment. Full count pitch coming up to Silva. Here it comes. Fouled off. Some folks, followers of the game, like to say that this situation is the most exciting play in baseball. 2 out, bases loaded. You have a lot of action. You've got the drama of a 3-2 pitch, and you have all the base runners moving. We'll do it again. Here comes the 3-2. High, ball 4. Bruins have tied it up. Silva gets a run batted in, and a good look. Not to be tempted to go after that fastball. Good plate discipline by Jaron Silva gets his team even. Coming home is Mikey Perez. And going to the mound for the second time in the inning, Nate Yeskie, which means that highly regarded Mr. Nichols is done for the day, and he leaves. Pitching change in the works. Kyle Karros will be the batter, and he will be facing Quinn Flanagan. Flanagan, a sophomore, 6'4", 223 out of Tempe. Quinn Flanagan comes in with a record of 0-1. This is his 6th appearance of the season. 10 1/3 innings pitched. 9 hits allowed. ERA of 5.23. But in 10 1/3, he has struck out 16 and walked 9. So it is feast or famine against Quinn Flanagan. 16 Ks and 9 walks in 10 innings. Plus 9 hits. That's a lot of base runners. But he obviously has an out pitch, doesn't he? Well, we get to take a look at another talented young baseball player. Bruins return to the bases after a quick break. Something that's really different in the game today is during pitching changes, everybody leaves the field and they go to the dugout. Everybody on offense and the coaches. So in this case, 5 guys wearing blue all went into the dugout or over to the track. You add in Bryant Ward, who is coaching up the on-deck hitter, in this case, Kyle Karros, and then Kendall to follow in the on-deck circle, checking out the stats for Quinn Flanagan. That's the Bruins huddle, and then on the other side, Arizona players all stay on the field and wait for their pitcher to finish his warm-ups. Now everybody returning to their positions, and Flanagan just finishing up. We'll be back to play in just a moment. Okay, here's Karros. Kyle with a sharp single to right field in the second inning. Outfield playing him straight away. Breeze kicking up a bit. Out to center field. Righty-righty matchup. Flanagan to Karros. The pitch. Swung on, bounced to the left side. Fielding deep in the hole is the shortstop who goes to third base. In time, it's the only play he had. Heads up by Jacob Blass. It goes 6-5 on the putout. Bad luck, it's a base hit otherwise for Karros. But it ends up being just a fielder's choice as Curiali, going hard to third base, went in with a slide, but is clearly out. Shortstop Blast to Tony Bullard. Force out at the sack. So side retired with one pitch from Quinn Flanagan. Nonetheless, the Bruins do get a run. Oh yeah, they leave 3 more on base. But we're even through 3. 2-2 tie. Tough ball game again. What else is new? Stay with us. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Top 5 must-haves for tailgating. 1, meat. 2, more meat. 3, lots of meat. Well, you get the picture. Score the best tasting meats on the planet at uswellnessmeats.com. We'll deliver this touchdown right to your door for free.
Putting you first keeps us first. At UCLA Health, we're proud to be ranked #1. According to U.S. News & World Report's annual Best Hospital Rankings, UCLA Health is #1 in LA, #1 in California, and 6th in the nation. We know this comes from putting patients first with a culture that always strives to make healthcare the best it can be. With 4 hospitals in over 180 neighborhood locations, everything we do begins with you. Visit uclahealth.org or call 800-UCLA-MD1.
Top 5 must-haves for tailgating. 1, meat. 2, more meat. 3, lots of meat. Well, you get the picture. Score the best tasting meats on the planet at uswellnessmeats.com. We'll deliver this touchdown right to your door for free.
Tie ball game, 2-2, top of the 4th. Good one from Jackie Robinson Stadium. First pitch from Nastrini goes to the backstop. Third time that's happened in 4 innings. Well, he's just looking for the range. 1-0 is the count. Jumping back and out of the way of that one was Susak. And that's a big jump. Susak is a big guy. Breaking ball, well, there it is. Nastrini back to the breaking stuff. Throws a strike, 1-1. We mentioned his off speed, and his breaking ball has been very good. The better of his pitches today. 1-1 is the count. Susak ready to receive the pitch, and he pops it up first base side. J.T. Schwartz looking up into the sunshine, and he makes the catch in fair territory just inside the line. Pop up to first is out number 1. And this the top half of inning number 4. Tim Wilhelm with you from the Jack. Happy to have you with us. The winner of this game wins the series. 1 game apiece. Right-handed hitting Tony Bullard at the plate. Bullard walked in the second inning. Outfield playing him straight away. Nastrini delivers. Ball 1. I'm sure I'm not the first person to ever think this, but Nastrini, it sounds like a magician, doesn't it? Well, he's at times in his career been one on the mound. The great Nastrini. Yeah, there's a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. McLean at short, Perez at second, both back on the edge of the outfield grass. Slightly into left center, Kendall, the pitch. Curveball a little high this time, 2-1. Texas Tech trying to beat Oklahoma State again today and win that series. Tech ranks 7, Okie State at 14. Good matchup this weekend. Kind of like this one. Pitch is fouled off to the first base side, out of play. And it's 2-2. Ole Miss is going to beat Auburn. They were leading 14-1 in the 8th inning, and that will give Ole Miss a sweep of that series. Mississippi ranked number 4. 2-2 pitch. High to the backstop, 3-2. Bingham next. Vanderbilt lost today. Number 2 was beaten by number 16 South Carolina 6-5. So South Carolina ranks 16th, salvages 1 of the 3 in Nashville. Breaking ball popped up first base side again. An identical play for J.T. Schwartz. Other than about 4 feet more to his left, he catches this one in foul territory. So a pop out to first, fair, and a pop out to first, foul, 2 out. And here's Mac Bingham. Baylor beat Texas today. Texas ranked 10. Remember, the Bruins came in ranked 11. Arizona 17. When you have 2 nationally ranked teams playing each other, they don't generally move a whole lot. First pitch to the screen, bounced. 1 ball and no strikes to Bingham, still looking for his first hit in the series. Right-handed hitting left fielder. You can lose some games, but when you're playing another ranked team, losses don't hurt you as much. Strike called, 1-1. Why? Well, you're playing ranked teams. They're good. Baylor beats Texas, though, today 11-2, and they salvage 1 in the series. Another one to the mat, all the way to the screen. Nastrini has had more pitches like that in the last 2 or 3 outings than anyone in my recent memory. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, it's a delicate science, as we said. Kind of sends a message to a hitter, doesn't it? Like, don't dig in. Curveball a little bit high, ball 3. 3-1. Nick has not had a 1-2-3 inning. He has the first 2 men out here in the 3rd. He did the same in the 2nd, but issued a 2-out walk then and issues a 2-out walk now. Ball 4 to Bingham. Bingham, who came in batting .273, hitless in the series, but has walked twice in this one. Gets a man aboard, and we go to the top of the order to Dante Williams. John Savage says, hold everything. Savage going to the mound, and that's going to be it for Nick Nastrini. So Nastrini gives the Bruins 3 2/3. And he leaves. Jake Somm gets the call. With 3 left-handers coming up, percentage move all the way, and Somm, Bruins lefty, will go to work. Jake with an ERA of 3.97. He's 0-2. He's pitched better than that. This is his 10th appearance. 11 1/3 innings pitched for Somm. He's allowed 10 base hits. Struck out 16 in 11 innings. Walked 2. Batting average against Jake Somm is .244. Well, let's just keep going on the scoreboard while we have a break. So number 10, Texas loses a game, but they win the series. They beat Baylor 2 out of 3. TCU wins, number 15. They beat Louisiana, not LSU, but University of. Georgia Tech over Wake Forest. Wake Forest unranked. Georgia Tech with an 8-1 win. Tennessee sweeps Georgia 11-6. Check that. They did not. Georgia won yesterday 5-4. Tennessee wins the series as it turns out, but it wasn't a sweep. They were victorious today 4-1. So Tennessee wins their series. Florida State over Miami today 12-0. Dear me. Miami gets thrashed at home by Florida State. In-state battle there. Florida State wins at number 6 Miami 13-1, 9-1, and 12-0. It's quite the turn of events for the number 6 ranked team in the country. There's a strike. First pitch from Somm to Dante Williams. Williams hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. Struck out in the second inning. Nastrini allowed the 2 first inning runs. We're now 2 out in the fourth. The runner at first base would be his if he should score. Somm delivers low and outside. 1-1 to Dante Williams. Somm making his second appearance this weekend. Third of an inning, gave up a base hit. Had a strikeout. Sets at the belt, looking right at the base runner at first base. The pitch is grounded to the right side, speared by JT. He feeds Somm covering, and that's a good play. First of all, for Somm to get there. Second of all, JT Schwartz with the nifty glove work makes things work for the Bruins. Side retired, nothing across for Arizona in the top half of the fourth inning. At the end of 3.5, it's a 2-2 tie. Stay with us, a lot of baseball ahead. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Some places have low prices, but at Ralph's, we go lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Like juicy clementines, salad greens, and your favorite cuts of chicken. That's because the Ralph's app gives you more ways to save. You get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, plus rewards like fuel points for prices that are even lower than the everyday low. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
For generations, the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians has called the Inland Empire home. and we take pride in supporting our neighbors and the world around us. As one of the largest employers in the area, we are committed to the prosperity of our community. That's why we work to support many important local causes. Throughout today's challenges and tomorrow's possibilities, our tribe will always be here for this community, honoring our history, celebrating our culture, building a brighter future for us all.
Bottom half of the fourth inning, UCLA 2, Arizona 2. The Wildcats with 2 in the first. The Bruins trying to build a picket fence. They have 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They go to work here in the fourth. Kevin Kendall is the batter. And the first pitch is taken outside ball 1. Kendall, first time he has faced right-hander Quinn Flanagan. The pitch is outside ball 2. Kendall, if you recall, the last at-bat, smoked on the back foot by a pitch. Took it full force with a fastball from Nichols. Looks like he's doing okay, but he'll need a nice bag later, maybe. 2-0 pitch, high ball 3. He's fine. He's young. Adrenaline's pumping. Way ahead on the count, 3-0. McLean, then Cardenas. Top 3 in the order today for the Bruins. There's a strike. Kendall 0 for 1, grounded to second base in the first inning. Kevin doesn't walk a lot, just 5. Swung on, hit to left field. Sky high, but not deep enough. Bingham is there, and he makes the catch. So Flanagan gets behind 3-0, comes back to get Kendall. 1 out, and here's McLean. Mississippi State, number 3, is trailing to number 19 LSU in Baton Rouge. There's a fly ball hit to center and deep. Back goes Williams. He's to the track. That ball is gone. Home run. Matt McLean touches them all. Big fly to center field. Williams went as far as he could go, and the ball got about halfway out there, and you think that ball has a chance. Yeah, it clears the center field fence. And McLean put the Bruins on top with that one. Boy, he's strong. Reception committee in the dugout for Matt McLean. That is home run number 2 on the season for Matt. And the Bruins have taken the lead for the first time today, 3-2. The pitch from Flanagan, outside ball 1 to Cardenas. Well, indeed, there's another 1, and that's what the Bruins like to do. They like to score in multiple innings. It just kind of wears you down. Psychologically, the pitch over the head of Cardenas. He ducks under it. Breaking ball. Didn't break. Not enough. It's 2-0 to Noah. Schwartz on deck, and then Perez. Meat part of the order for the Bruins. 2-0. Checked his swing, but he went around. And it's 2-1 to Cardenas. Noah walked in the third inning. Was called out on strikes back in the first. UCLA 3, Arizona 2. The pitch. Swung on, line down the right field line, slicing foul. 2-2. Yeah, I talked to John Savage about that every year to see if he changes his mind. No, he's not going to change his mind. He loves consecutive scoring innings. The pitch swung on, foul back, just got it off the cap, the end of the bat. Still 2-2. Savage, of course, was a pitcher himself when he was in college. And he thinks it takes more of a toll on the opposing team, the pitchers and the defense, if you score in multiple innings rather than just one inning. There's a ball fouled off the third base side. Cardenas, 2-2, now 3 foul balls. So the Bruins today, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and they now lead 3-2. Another good game. Remember, Friday night was 2-2 in the 8th. Yesterday was 3-3 in the 8th. Today, 3-2 in the 4th. Pitch in the dirt. Full count to Cardenas. And this is why in a polling situation, you don't get too exercised over a team losing 2 out of 3 or winning 2 out of 3. The margin is so small, especially in conference. Full count pitch, swung on, popped foul. Again, good at bat for Cardenas. Working him. Count remains full against Flanagan. The difference between a team winning a series and losing a series in conference, significantly smaller than non-conference. There's strike 3 called, fastball at the knees, and Cardenas is rung up.
First baseman J.T. Schwartz.
2 out. Bruins struck out a whole bunch on Friday. 12 times. Struck out 10 times last night. So far, 4 times today. We're in the 4th. Well, you know, good pitching will do that. Here's J.T. Schwartz. He's been called out on strikes 2 of the 4 times this afternoon, and he takes down low ball 1. In fact, no Bruin has struck out other than Cardenas and Schwartz. 2 apiece. Here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball, misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Always reminds me of Mickey Mantle when I hear about strikeouts, because he struck out a lot in his career. Used to take heat for it. 2-0 pitch. Low, ball 3. Mantle said, if you add up all of my strikeouts and all of my walks, I came to the plate for 3 years and never hit the ball. 3-0 pitch is a strike. Well, yeah, if you walk and strike out a combined 1,500 times over 20 years, you know. Usually I bat 400 or 500 times a year in the big leagues. It kind of adds up funny, doesn't it? Bouncing ball foul. He's in the Hall of Fame. Full count to Schwartz. Was called out looking both times. All 4 Bruin strikeouts today have been looking strikeouts. Outfield more or less straight away. There's a bit of a gap down the line in left. Schwartz hits the ball all over. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced foul, pulled that one outside of first. And down the line, Nico Gallego going after it now. He'll give up. Let Arizona's relief corps take care of that. Bruins have scored once in the inning to go ahead. Matt McLean's solo home run makes it 3-2 Bruins, and there's a ball hit into right field for a base hit. It's into the corner. J.T. Schwartz rounds the bag. Quick fielding by Holgate. Gets over to get that thing back in and hold Schwartz to a single.
Second baseman Mikey Perez.
First hit of the game for Schwartz. Second hit of the inning off Flanagan. Mikey Perez, the batter. Perez having a good day. 2 for 2, singled and doubled. Scored twice. Flanagan out of the stretch for the first time in this inning. Delivers a strike 0-1. Schwartz held on by Bossier. Flanagan delivers. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Mikey waving for strike 2. Top of the 9th inning, Arkansas 3-1. Arkansas #1 ranked. They're leading Alabama 3-1. The pitch is off the edge, 1-2. If Arkansas was to lose that game, they would likely drop out of #1. They've split the series so far. 1-2 pitch, grounded to the right side. Cato picks it up, throws him out, and the side is done. So the Bruins get 1 in the inning. Booming home run off the bat of Matt McLean, off the screen in center field. And we go to the 5th inning when we return. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The Parking Spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking. And you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we will pick you up in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at The Parking Spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of UCLA. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
TCL, one of the world's best-selling consumer electronics brands and now America's second largest TV brand, is proud to be a longtime supporter of UCLA athletics. Empowering viewers to enjoy more of the latest technology and content like never before, TCL's award-winning TVs are the perfect way to catch all the games in stunning 4K HDR picture quality that makes you feel like you're in the stands. Plus, it's easy to find all your favorite shows and movies with access to popular voice assistants and an endless streaming library. Visit www.tcl.com to learn more.
Leading off for Arizona, the first baseman, number 17, Brandon Bossier.
Jake Somm back to the hill. Bruins pen throwing behind him. Somm may be in there just for 2 more batters. You have Bossier and Holgate, 2 left-handers at the plate. Swung on, popped up to shallow left field. McLean says he has it, and he does. 1 pitch, 1 out. In the top of the 5th inning, Bossier, top hitter on the team, still hitless in the series. Now 0 for 10 this weekend. Here's Ryan Holgate. Jacob Blass next. Lefty, lefty. The pitch is outside for a ball. Blass is a right-handed hitter. Barry is a switch hitter, so it doesn't matter right versus left other than what his splits are. What's a split? Well, it's a stat that shows how you hit as a lefty and also how you hit as a righty. Stats are split. Pitch is in the dirt, kicks off to the left. 2-0 is the count to Holgate. Some switch hitters are better than others at batting from both sides of the plate. There's a strike, 2-1. Some will hit 310 batting left and 305 batting right. Others will hit 310 from the left and 240 from the right. It just depends. Bouncing ball over the mound behind second. McLean, big hop, guns to the throw to first base. In time, 2 up and 2 down. Somm has retired all 3 of the batters that he has faced. On the ground, 3 ground balls. John Savage is on his feet. Let's see if he's going to leave Somm in there to face the right-hander, and I think he is. Checking into the box is Blass. Blass today 0 for 2. Flied to right both times. 2 righties in the pen. And the first pitch down and away. Well, Somm has pitched well. And the Bruins like him. 5'11" sophomore. A big contributor. Swing and a miss. Tried to hold up, did Blass. Didn't succeed, and he's 1-1 on the count. Blass with 2 hits in the series, both home runs. Other than the home runs, he's 0 for 7. Pitch misses, ball 2, 2-1. Well, big pitch here. Got to be careful. You don't want to fall behind 3-1, but you don't want to give him anything he can drive, because he's proven, as have several of the Arizona hitters, to be capable. 2-1 pitch popped up on the infield. Perez calling at second base, and Mikey makes the catch. How about that inning for Jake Somm as the Wildcats retired in order for the first time today. 1, 2, 3, they go. And we are at the halfway point of this game from West Los Angeles. Happy to have you with us. Bruins lead it 3-2. Bottom of the 5th will be coming up when the Bruins come to bat. And coming up next after today, well, that would be LMU on Tuesday. Here's Coach Savage.
Coach, LMU on Tuesday, they're all big moving forward.
Yeah, they all are. I mean, like I said, we kind of look at it, each game as by itself, and we don't get too caught up in what's going on around us and what's going on before us or after us. And so the main focus is Arizona today, and then we'll look on to Loyola on Tuesday.
Pitch to pitch. That's the Bruin motto. One day at a time, one game at a time. We won't worry about LMU until tonight. Well, maybe tomorrow. Boy, these conference series really can take it out of you. There's a lot of introspection, obviously, in baseball. Coulda, shoulda, wouldas. We talked about that yesterday. UCLA, the program is better than most, at least ones that I've been around for being in the game for years. They're better at leaving things at the door and moving on to the next. But it's hard to shut the brain off sometimes, isn't it? Breaking ball to Josh Hahn, misses ball 1, 1-0. Hahn singled in a run in the second inning, bounced into a fielder's choice in the third. 1-0 coming up. Strike 1-1 from right-hander Quinn Flanagan. Flanagan, the pitcher of record right now, as is Somm. Here comes the 1-1 pitch outside off the glove of Susak. Some good contact today. Had a strikeout yesterday. 2 strikeouts on Friday. Takes ball 3. Ahead on the count, 3 balls and 1 strike with Kiriali next and then Silva. This part of the order has been active for the Bruins today. On the bases, here comes the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count runs full to Somm. Or rather, Hahn. Not Somm, Hahn at the plate. Josh out of the box. back in, taps the inside edge of home plate, ready to receive the 3-2, and takes ball 4. Leadoff walk as the Bruins in business in the 5th. They had a leadoff walk in the 3rd. It led to a run, although
Michael Curiali.
the batter who walked was not the one who scored. But still, had a leadoff runner aboard in the 2nd inning. That run scored. Curiali looking at Bryant Ward, who flashes the signals. Now climbs in. Hahn away from first base. The pitch. Breaking ball. Strike. Neither team has done much in the way of hit and run this weekend. Sometimes matchups and pitchers have everything to do with that. Situations, obviously. 0-1 is the count. The pitch is a breaking ball down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. This date in UCLA history. 2009. Bruins pounded USC 14-4 at Dato, leading to a series win. The pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. Well, we'll be at Dato next weekend. 3-game series. And we hope you'll be with us. 1-2 is the count. The pitch down and outside. LMU here Tuesday night. Then 3 games at SC. And back here the following Tuesday night. A lot of baseball coming up. Ball is in the dirt, goes to the backstop. Checked his swing. They say strike 2, but on the play going to second base is Hahn. So a wild pitch. Puts the leadoff runner at second base, and now Curiali will try to move him up to third. The count has run full to Michael. Silva next, and then Karros. Set is Flanagan. Big play for the Bruins. The pitch, outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks, so now UCLA on the receiving end of some bases on balls. 2 aboard. Nobody out, and here's Silva. Bunt situation. And Tim's not the only one thinking that. Tony Bullard has already walked into the grass on the third base side. Silva likely could be asked to do the duty. Hahn at second, Curiali at first. Silva has not shown anything yet. The pitch to the plate, now he does, and he bunts it perfectly to first base. They get him at first base, 3-4. And moving up, Hahn to third, and Curiali to second base. Sacrifice is successful. Boy, at first blush, I thought that Bossier may have a play at third base. He opted not to go that direction. It would have been perhaps too much of a scramble for Bullard to get all the way back to the bag and find it with his foot for a force. So he took the safe route, did Bossier. Now we've got second and third, 2 in scoring position for the Bruins, and here's Karros. The pitch, breaking ball, strike, 0-1. 1 out, scoring opportunity for the Bruins. They had trouble with this yesterday, getting a runner in from third base with less than 2 out. A productive out, ground ball up the middle gets you a run as the infield is back. Now time is called. No balls and 1 strike. Umpire's given some directions. Don't know what that was about. Karros trying to pick up some mates. The pitch swung on, fouled back over the screen. Off the roof of the sadly unoccupied concession stand. We miss you, Mo. Tracy. Come back soon. Boy, it's so odd to be at a ballpark and not be smelling popcorn. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded, fair inside the third base bag. It's 2 runs for the Bruins, and Karros steams into second base with a double. Now Jay Johnson is going to come out and say that was a foul ball. And he's talking to the plate umpire, Mike Lusky. And he's talking to Lusky and having a lot to say about that. Lusky is going to defer to the third base umpire, Mark Buchanan. Hey, remember, Buchanan has had issues with the Bruins dugout this weekend, and now he's about to hear about it from Jay Johnson. He's down the third base bag, and he's talking to the umpire and getting his words in, but you're not going to overturn it. Starts to walk away. You go back and have another conversation. Start to walk away, turns around for the third time. You can't overturn it without replay, and that's the issue that's on the table anytime that this happens. Sometimes replay seems like a good idea, doesn't it? Sometimes it isn't. Buchanan, for his part, just standing there with his hands on his hips and listening to Johnson, pointing at base runners and pointing at bases, and adjusts his mask, now pointing at the umpire, hands outspread, looking down the foul line, now points some more, puts up 2 hands, points to the dugout, points to the field. It's quite the demonstration. Having his say-so, and at some point the umpire says, okay, that's enough. Now coming over from the first base side is the second base umpire, Randy Sutton. And Sutton, without having to see their lips, you don't have to know that the conversation is about the termination of the ongoing dissertation. Made the call, put the hands out. You know what he's saying. What do you want us to do about it? The call is made. It's the way he sees it. Johnson slaps his thighs, points again, points to the Bruins dugout, back to the field. Well, that was a long encounter. Umpires do not often let things go that long. Oh, Johnson's not done. He's going to go back to the plate umpire now down here in front of us. Lusky says, go, get away, stand on the grass. Now they're going to move aside, and the conversation will continue. Well, the upshot of the deal is the Bruins have 2 runs in on the double by Karros. Arizona feeling like the ball was foul, and who's to know? It was fair when it hit the first time on the infield. Whether or not it caught the edge of the bag as it rolled into foul territory or not, only replay would show that. But without a replay, you have nothing to re-rack and look at. We have a live stream. You could look at it all you want. But the angle, again, as we were talking about, with the camera in right center field earlier in the day, we were chatting about that. Johnson's still talking as he now begins to head back to the Arizona dugout. That's a long delay for his pitcher, Flanagan, who was warming up while all of that was going on. the camera that you get on a live stream is not going to determine fair or foul on the third base line because it's from center field and you don't generally have a close-up enough look, or certainly not the right angle. And now as soon as Johnson gets back to the dugout, Nate Yeske goes to the mound to extend the delay with a pitching change. So, new pitcher going on for Arizona. It's going to be Ian Churchill, left-hander. We saw him yesterday. So Churchill replaces Flanagan.
Attention, please. Now pitching for Arizona, number 34, Ian Churchill.
Churchill pitched to one batter yesterday. Gave up a base hit. The batter was J.T. Schwartz, who had an RBI single to center field. This time he'll face Kevin Kendall when we resume. The Bruins have 2 runs in the inning. They have scored for 4 straight innings. In the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. 1-1, 1 and 2. UCLA now leading by a score of 5-2. Going back down to the bullpen and throwing is Jake Somm, which would lead one to believe that Somm will be going back out there again, and why not? He's retired all 4 of the hitters that he has faced. And the Bruins have come back from a 2-0 deficit to make Somm the pitcher of record, not only with a lead, but now a 3-run lead as Churchill continues to warm. Churchill 0-1, an ERA of 2.89. 9 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. A long delay since Karros hit that ball. We've probably been stopped for, 8 or 9 minutes? An extended conversation with Jay Johnson with 2 umpires. Now history, and we'll finally go back to play. Now Kendall, left-handed hitter at the box with Karros at second base. Nobody out. We'll see if Kendall is called upon to bunt, move the runner up. You wouldn't think so. The pitch outside for a ball. Kendall is your top hitter among players that have played every game. He has almost 80 at-bats. J.T. Schwartz is higher, but he has 26 at-bats. So Kendall, right man in the right spot for the Bruins with a runner at second. Scoring position, 1 out. The pitch is swung on and missed. He didn't want to, but he did. And it's 1-1. You say, well, if he didn't want to, then why did he? Oh ye of little understanding. The body says go. The mind says no, too late. 1-1 is the count to Kendall. Left-hander with the bat resting on his shoulder, ready to receive the pitch, and he takes a ball down low, 2-1. Kevin is 0 for 2. Flied out, grounded out, hit by a pitch in the second inning. Lefty-lefty matchup. Churchill in to get Kendall out. 2-1 coming up. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Pitch was up and away. Matt McLean is next. Remains to be seen if McLean would face the left-handed hitting or pitching of Kendall. Kind of doubted. Right-hander in the pen. 2-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. Swung on and bounced foul. 1 out in the inning. And it started with the Bruins walking back to back. Hahn and then Curiali. After the sack bunt, moved him up to second and third. Carroll's doubled him home. 5-2 Bruins. 2-2 the count to Kendall. Karras away from second. The pitch fouled off the left side. So Kendall hanging tough against the left-handed dealing of Churchill. Outfield around to left. Kendall likes to pull the ball. If you hit it in the right field corner for Kevin, it's a triple if his foot isn't hurting. There's a ground ball foul outside of first base. Well, there you go. 2-2, he comes back. If he hits that ball into the right field corner, it's 3 bases normally. You still have to be feeling the tingle of that hit by pitch. No effects right now. 2-2 is the count. Set is Churchill. Checks Karras at second. The pitch is swung on, hit into left field. Fading is Bingham. He has room and he makes the catch. Oh, Kendall noticeably limping as he goes to first base and as he turns to make the jog back to the dugout. Yeah, it's still a factor. There is clearly a hitch in the get-along for Kevin Kendall. Gets a fist bump from Bryant Ward for tenacity, if nothing else. 4 foul balls and then a line out to left. 2 down. And here's McLean, who homered to put the Bruins ahead in the 4th inning. We're now in the 5th. Churchill left in to face McLean, and he hits it to center field again. Fading is Williams, still going. He's short of the track this time and runs it down. So McLean almost the same spot as last time. Not quite as much juice on the baseball. And Williams runs it down. Side is retired. Bruins gone in the 6th, or rather the 5th. Don't get ahead of yourself. They've scored in 4 straight innings to go ahead. It's 5-2 UCLA. 6th inning coming up when we return. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Keys on that ice. Keys all across LA. We're there for every basket. We're there for every touchdown. Keys is everywhere. Keys on that ice. And we'll be there for you when you need a new or used car, truck, or SUV. Proud sponsors of UCLA Athletics. Go Bruins! Visit keyscars.com. Keys on that ice.
TCL, one of the world's best-selling consumer electronics brands and now America's second largest TV brand, is proud to be a longtime supporter of UCLA Athletics. Empowering viewers to enjoy more of the latest technology and content like never before, TCL's award-winning TVs are the perfect way to catch all the games in stunning 4K HDR picture quality that makes you feel like you're in the stands. Plus, it's easy to find all your favorite shows and movies with access to popular voice assistants and an endless streaming library. Visit www.tcl.com to learn more.
Watching Jake Somm warm up between innings with Noah Cardenas. You know, the catcher almost throws the ball to second base. And Cardenas threw that ball to second almost with just a 3/4 sidearm flip. Matt McLean had the glove sitting on the bag and never moved it. Ball went right into the glove on the front edge of the sack. Yeah, you'd think those guys have done that a few times. The pitch by Somm is high and outside for ball 1 to Jacob Berry. Berry, switch hitter, turns around to hit from the other side. He was up twice, batting left-handed today. The pitch outside ball 2-0. Jacob singled in the 2 runs for Arizona in the first inning, and that's the only hit they have had. A very similar offensive game to what Arizona turned in on Friday night. There's a pitch low, ball 3. He walked in the third inning. 5-2 UCLA. We're in the 6th. Somm delivers the 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Arizona on Friday night had done basically nothing offensively. There's a ground ball to third, speared by Karros. Throw to first gets him. A hard whack to third in the hole, 2-hopper. Karros, a big guy, 6'5", made that look easy. I can remember when Chris Bryant came out of college and the Cubs drafted him and they said, oh, he's too big to play third base. Okay, he's 6'5", yeah, all right. Yeah, that was the big rap. What are we going to do with Bryant? He's a great hitter. Well, let's make him a right fielder. Okay. Too big, too small. You know, if you can play, you can play. The pitch showing bunt and taking a strike is Kato. Struck out in the first inning, flied to center field in the third. 5 in a row, retired by Somm. The pitch. Low. 1-1. Arizona had a 2-run home run, a double homer combo in the 8th inning on Friday to tie the game. And other than that, they really didn't do anything at all. They only had 4 other hits. In the game, Bruin pitchers were terrific as Kato swings and misses for strike 2, 1-2. UCLA won it in the bottom of the 9th. And the UCLA staff has turned in another good one so far today. It was dicey for Nastrini, as this one's fouled off down the right field side, 1-2. And we're only in the 6th. And it's a 9-inning game, y'all, so, you know, just call them as you see them. But you got to keep teams that are hitting 315, you got to keep them off the board. And there's been a lot of zeros for UCLA this weekend. 1-2 pitch, off speed, low, 2-2. We were talking about that USC series next weekend because of the Pac-12 network airing those games. The game times are skewed significantly different. Pitch, a strike 3 called, fastball on the outside edge, and Kato says, no, it isn't. And he's having words with home plate umpire Mike Lusky. Now he walks away. Second out of the inning, 6 in a row, retired by Somm. Frustration building a little in the Arizona dugout after that double in particular. Bruins now lead by 3. First pitch is a strike to Daniel Susac. 2 out, nobody on. When you think about it, Arizona with just 1 hit in the game. 0-1 pitch swung on, fouled back, and the count is 0-2. Susac today is 0 for 3. And the base hit that drove in the 2 walks that Nastrini had put aboard in the top of the first inning. The base hit came on an 0-2 pitch. So in retrospect, But for one pitch, Arizona doesn't even have a hit in this game. We're 2 out in the 6th. Pitch took a bite out of Cardenas a little bit. And he'll get the courtesy time from Mike Lusky, who cleans the plate, whether it needs it or not. Kicks a little dirt. Comes around and checks on the well-being of the Bruins backstop, drops into a crouch, and it's 1-2 to Susac. Tony Bullard on deck. Lefty-righty, here comes Somm. Strike 3 swinging, and the side is retired. Somm looks over at the Arizona dugout and says something as he walks off the field. So, emotions flaring at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Now Jay Johnson is going to wander out and talk to the first base umpire and point and gesture and motion. All right. Everybody relax. We'll come back and play some more baseball. Bruins lead at 5-2, bottom of the 6th inning. Exciting, isn't it? Stay with us. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College. We go to work in the bottom of the 6th inning as tensions have been rising in this one. Bruins leading 5-2. Arizona led from the outset 2-0. 2 quick runs in the top half of inning number 1. The Bruins have pecked away, and they're going to peck some more as Noah Cardenas singles to right field, takes a big turn when Holgate bobbles the baseball, but Noah back safely to first base. That is his first hit of the game. He's on base for the 2nd time this afternoon. Also had a walk in the 3rd inning. So Noah 1 for 3 overall, and here's JT Schwartz. Lefty-lefty matchup. Churchill still in there, right-hander. Check it. Let's see, right-hander now, left-hander beginning to throw as well. Playing some catch in the Arizona pen. Cardenas away from first, and Schwartz takes a strike, breaking over the inside edge. Mentioned the game times at USC next weekend. Friday night is at 7. Saturday is at 6. So some night baseball at Dato next weekend. And then the Sunday game is at 4. Check swing, foul ball, quickly 0-2 to JT Schwartz. Schwartz singled his last time up through the right side. Struck out in the 1st and the 3rd, 1 for 3. A lull for now. Been a tension-filled last 2 innings. Schwartz waiting on Churchill. Ian sets. Cardenas away from first. Churchill looking at him and just staring. Now to the plate. Foul ball, third base side, out of play. So SC Friday at 7. Saturday at 6. Sunday at 4. What's the line? Consult your local listings. Set is Churchill. Long hold. It delivers outside. Another one of the Arizona pitchers with a long stop with base runners aboard. Well, it's a strategy. It causes hitters to wait and wait and wait. Maybe you just get a little uncomfortable, and sometimes making other teams uncomfortable, well, that's a big part of sports, isn't it? You bet it is. 1 and 2, here comes the pitch. Fouled again, so Schwartz fighting them off. Still 1 and 2 to JT. Bruins 5 runs on 8 hits. Arizona 2 runs on just 1 hit. For all of the statistics and what have you, the talk about the big bombers from Arizona, today just 1 hit from the Bruins pitcher and staff. 1-2 pitch. Ripped into right field for a base hit. It's in the corner. It's going to go a long ways. It goes all the way to the wall. They stop Cardenas at third. It's a double for JT Schwartz. Yeah, they were playing Schwartz, as we mentioned, a little bit around to left, and it was a long go for Holgate. By the time he got it back in, Cardenas standing up at third base, and Schwartz with his second consecutive hit. That ball was whacked. Second and third, nobody out. Daniel Susak to the mound to visit with his pitcher. Now the right-hander and the left-hander back up for Arizona. It's one of those trips to the mound without a coach being present. That buys you a little time while the pen gets warm. That there is a strategy as well. If you go to the mound with a coach, that counts as one of the 2 visits. You go a second time, and the pitcher has to come out. Well, if you send the team to the mound for a visit, the coach doesn't come out, it doesn't count as a visit. And you can go 2 more times before you make a pitching change. It's a strategy. The pitch is inside, ball 1 to Mikey Perez. Couple ducks on the pond for the Bruins. Perez 2 for 3 today. Single, doubled, and grounded to second. Second and third for the Bruins. Nobody gone. Arizona not playing the infield in, so they'll give up a run if the ball is hit up the middle. The pitch inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Mikey Perez. Mikey batting .241 coming in. He's now at .262, and now they're not going to mess with him. They put him on. So Perez is given the intentional walk. They tried to get him to go nibbling. We're seeing if the Bruins were going to put a play on, maybe a squeeze or something. UCLA didn't bite. Perez took 2 balls, and they said, okay, go to first base. So Mikey gets the intentional pass, and that loads the sacks for Josh Hahn. And now Hahn is not going to bat. It's going to be a pinch hitter for UCLA, and it's Pat Caulfield.
UCLA now batting for Hahn, number 38, Pat Caulfield.
So Caulfield, the right-hander. called upon to face the left-hander, but of course he's not going to see the left-hander. He will see the right-hander. New pitcher for Arizona is Dawson Netz, freshman out of Sierra Madre. Saw him yesterday too, pitched a third of an inning.
Your attention please for Arizona now pitching, number 27, Dawson Netz.
Netz making his 8th appearance, ERA of 9.8. He's allowed 8 hits and 7 1/3. Has a strikeout pitch, 10 Ks. Has walked 5. Netz faced Cardenas yesterday, hit him with a pitch, and then struck out Curiali. That was it. So one official at-bat against Netz. Bruins back to their respective bases. That'll be Cardenas at third, Schwartz at second, and Perez at first base. Caulfield, the decision to send him up, you say, well, you had a left-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. Well, the Bruins are opting for a right-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. Better matchup. At least that's what Bryant Ward thinks, and he's smarter than we are, so we're going to go with that. Caulfield, among other things, if you're thinking along with Bryant Ward, you think, well, Hahn is a double play candidate. Caulfield is a very difficult guy to double up if it's in the conventional sense, the ball hit to shortstop or second. If it's hit to third in this situation, Bullard is going to come home with it because the bases are loaded. But if it goes to short or second, when they are back at those positions as the alignment was when we stopped play, it's going to be pretty hard to turn a pair on Caulfield. Harder than it would be against Hahn. Well, those are just some of the things you think about. Ready to go. Caulfield checks in to the batter's box. Cardenas at third, Schwartz at second, Perez at first. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Big opportunity for the Bruins to put some margin into this one. 5-2 they lead. The pitch, breaking ball, strike, 0-1. A very big at-bat for Netz. And the Wildcats. Already trailing by 3. Dawson delivers. Breaking ball a little bit high. 1-1 is the count to Caulfield. Signals being flashed by Susak in front of home plate. Caulfield batting .261. He has 6 base hits in 23 trips. 5 runs batted in. 1 extra base hit. It's a double. Back to play we go. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled off the mask of the catcher. And courtesy now for Susak as Lusky goes out to brush off home plate, kick some dirt. There's the dirt. And out comes the brush. What does that do? Well, it allows you to kind of clear yourself up a little bit. Even with the mask on, that's a whack. So Caulfield, the pinch hitter, trying to put it in play. 1-2 is the count. Runners with their leads from all 3 bases. And Nets ready to come home. Here it is. Curveball. He went around and strikes out swinging. Caulfield swung at a pitch up around the eyeballs. Curveball, misread it and strikes out. So a big out for Arizona. They get the pinch hitter on strikes. And now a double play can get you out of the inning. And that then can give you a lift on offense, can't it? Yeah, you bet it can. Sacks were bases loaded. With nobody out. Now 1 out. Pitch to Curiali is a strike, so Nets comes in throwing strikes. 0-1 to Michael. Flied to center field in the 2nd inning. Bounced into a fielder's choice. Walked in the 3rd inning. Walked in the 6th inning. 0-1 is the count to Curiali. The pitch swung on, hit in the air to right center field. That's going to get 1 run, maybe more. Going. It is off the fence. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. They had to hold up because it might be caught. When it wasn't, the Bruins get 2 instead of 3, but they'll take them. Fly ball from Curiali. Sails to the base of the fence. 1 hops the padding. And UCLA has upped the lead to 7-2. 2-run double for Curiali. Right man, right time for the Bruins. Cardenas is home. Schwartz behind him. Perez had to hold up, as we mentioned, and by the time they decided that ball was not going to be in play, Curiali was probably no more than 10 feet behind Mikey Perez. It's a triple for Curiali if there's not a base runner out there, but Perez made the right play to be cautious, as did the other 2 base runners. And now with Silva coming to the plate, Arizona brings the infield in. The pitch to Silva is swung on and fouled back. 0-1 to Jaron Silva. So again, 2 in scoring position for the Bruins. This time it is Perez at 3rd and Curiali at 2nd. Silva bounced into a fielder's choice, walked in the 3rd inning, and put down a sacrifice bunt in the 5th. It was a big play. This is grounded to the right side, gobbled up by the second baseman, who throws the ball to the catcher, and they have 2 runners on 3rd base, and Mikey Perez, with nowhere to go, is tagged out. The Bruins had Curiali already standing at 3rd base.
3rd baseman, Kyle Karros.
And Perez running on contact. The 2nd time that's happened today with the Bruins running on contact. That means if the ball is hit on the infield, as soon as it's hit, you're running. But the second baseman, Canto, in on the grass, came to Susak, who then ran Perez all the way back to 3rd base. One of those rare occasions. It's a photo op when you have 2 guys in the same uniform standing on the same sack. Meanwhile, the rundown allows Silva to get to 2nd base. So the Bruins still have 2nd and 3rd. Now with 2 out instead of 1 out. That's the heads-up play. Nico Gallego waving him on to 2nd base. 2 in position. First pitch to Kyle Karros is swung on and missed 0-1. Karros drove in the last inning with a sharp double that ignited a huge disagreement. The pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Susak, and the count 1-1. A ball that was drilled inside the third base bag, or not, according to Jay Johnson in the Arizona dugout. About a 10-minute delay for the discussion. This one goes in the dirt to the screen, and the Bruins get a free one. Coming home to score from third base is Curiali. And it's now 8-2. Wild pitch charged to Dawson Nets. His last one was in the dirt, blocked by Susak. This one couldn't be handled. Silva is now all the way around to third base. And Carroll's trying to pick him up. 2-1 the count. 8-2 Bruins. And the pitch comes in and is popped up. Out goes Kato. He says he has it, and he drops the ball. Kato drops the ball. He went to one-handed and just dropped it. Second time this weekend we've seen a drop. Well, that's why you run them out. Oh my goodness. A routine pop fly to short, and Kato, one hand up. And it squirts out of the glove. Bruins get a free run. Carroll Sabort on the fielding error by the second baseman. Silva comes home to score. And somewhat inexplicably, the Bruins are now ahead 9-2. They've scored in 5 straight innings, including 4 in this 6th. The pitch to Kevin Kendall is down low, ball 1. Well, you just never know. You watch the play to the finish. Second time this weekend, a dropped pop fly. You generally see that in the outfield. Guys will lose a ball, but not on the infield. But today, again, it has happened. Fly ball to center. Kendall limps around first base. Ball is caught by Williams. And the side is retired, but not before the Bruins get 4 big runs and build on to their lead. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Arizona, 2 runs, 1 hit, and 1 very big error. More baseball when we come back. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Western Exterminator is undefeated against a variety of team mascots. That's right, the Hornets beat them. The Yellow Jackets, their history. And the Spiders wiped them out. The fact is, Western Exterminator, with nearly 100 years of experience in state-of-the-art technology, is Southern California's choice in battling nuisance pest problems. So when you're ready to face off against opponents like rats, termites, bedbugs, or ants, it's a sure bet to choose Team Western. We are Western Exterminator, your local pest control experts.
At Westcom Credit Union, the official banking partner of UCLA Athletics, members come first in everything we do. Through lower loan rates, higher savings yields, reduced fees, and a robust network of branches, ATMs, and mobile banking applications. Learn all about the Westcom difference at ucla.westcom.org. Insured by NCUA.
Back to the mound, Jake Somm. Asked to protect a 7-run lead. Who would have thought this? Somm sets at the belt and delivers a strike. Well, it's not surprising that UCLA would be leading Arizona 9-2. It's just kind of how it's happened. This whole series has been grind and grind and grind. Of course, Arizona had a 3-run 9th inning yesterday that put the game on ice. Went from 4-3 to 7-3, but pitch misses high, 1-1. To Bullard with Bingham on deck, then top of the order to Williams. The pitch, swing and a miss. And the Bruins had been manufacturing runs in this one. Got one in the second, one in the third, one in the fourth. Okay, it's a tight game. It's anybody's game. Then 2 in the fifth. Foul ball. Another one off of Cardenas, and again Lusky pats him on the shoulder. You all right? Yeah, okay. Catcher's taking a beating in this one. Bruins getting 2 in the fifth. It was a 2-run game for UCLA. It was 2-2 tie in the fourth, and McLean hit a home run. Okay, it's not too shocking. Pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Then in the fifth, the Bruins got 2 walks. Had runners on base, and then the ball hit by Karros. UCLA got 2 on the play, and Arizona has fallen completely apart. 3 balls and 2 strikes as this one misses. Now, plenty of time to regroup. 3 innings left. Game a long ways from being over. The 3-2 pitch is grounded by the mound, backhanded by Perez, but he can only autograph it and return it to the infield. Good play by Mikey to track it down, but no way to throw out. Tony Bullard streaking down the line. It's an infield single. It's the first base runner to reach against Jake Somm, who's been fantastic since coming on to close out the 4th inning in relief of Nastrini. He had retired 7 in a row. Here's Bingham. Well, that's what good teams do. They capitalize. Doesn't happen all the time, but it happens some of the time. And there's a pop-up behind the plate. Cardenas back to the net and one-hands it. Heck of a play by Noah Cardenas. Coming right at us. Teammates appreciate it. Not hit very high. It was a shallow pop-up, a short one. And he came back, didn't even throw the mask away. Had the mask in one hand. Didn't have time. Sprinted to the screen and gloved it one-handed. And if you've ever worn a catcher's mitt, that is not a no-brainer. Boy, that was a heck of a good play. 1 out in the 7th inning. Somm set to deliver the first pitch to Dante Williams, and he does for a strike. One out, 1 on. Bossier next. A hungry Brandon Bossier, 0 for 10 in the series. Somm sets at the belt, looks at the base runner, Bullard, and comes home. Pitch on the outside edge. 1-1 is the count to Williams. Dante 0 for 2 today. Struck out, grounded out, pitcher to. Well, let's see, that was first a pitcher covering. Yeah, it was 3-1 put out. 0 for 2, he was hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. There's a strike. Boy, we were impressed with Somm a couple of weeks ago. I talked to John Savage after the game. I said, man, pretty good. Yeah, we like him. Yeah, typical understatement. There's a pitch outside. 2-2 is the count. Yeah, we like him. Yeah, all right. (9-2) UCLA. 9 runs on 10 hits. Arizona, 2 runs on 2 hits. We're in the 7th. Saw him ready for the 2-2. Here it is. Grounded to first base. It's foul. Outfield straight away. Deep and right is Curiali. The pitch fouled to the left side. Count remains 2-2. So a bit of a different lineup for the Bruins today. The batting order, and where guys come up, it makes a difference. Not always, but sometimes a change is good, and it appears like this was a good change today. The pitch is inside by Som and hits Dante Williams, a curveball that didn't curve, and
First baseman,
Jake
Brandon Bossier.
disgusted with himself on that one. So 2 runners aboard for Arizona. They can strike quickly. Think you have a guy like Bossier. He has 3 home runs on the season. He's a .400 hitter. And you think, well, if he hits one out, then it's makes a 7-run lead a 4-run lead, and they have some life. Coaches are never comfortable. If you think John Savage is sitting over there happy right now, he's not. Ground ball into the right field for a base hit. They hold the runners. The sacks will be full, and now the Cats really have something going. They have the bases loaded as Williams stops at second base. Bossier finally gets into the hit column on the weekend. Bruins bullpen is throwing. And Som, a left-hander against the left-hander Holgate. However, John Savage going to the mound. So we'll see. UCLA leads 9-2. Arizona had 1 hit coming into this inning. They have an infield single, and that one by Bossier. Only their second and third hits of the ball game, and it's going to be a pitching change for UCLA.
Your attention, please, for the Bruins. Now pitching, number 19, Jared Karros.
Jared Karros will come on for the second time this weekend. Karros pitched on Friday and was as good as we've seen him in his UCLA tenure. 2 2/3 innings. He ended up being charged with 1 earned run. Struck out 4, didn't walk anybody. Karros received compliments of his teammates and coaches after that one. Came in the 6th inning to follow Zach Petway, who had given the team a solid 5 scoreless. Karros retired the first 8 batters that he faced. And then the Wildcats touched him up for a double. He was lifted. A home run off Sean Mullen tied the game. One of those runs was charged to Karros. So for all intents and purposes, nearly 3 innings and just 1 hit. Karros faced Holgate and struck him out. We'll see how he fares this time. Little course knowledge for Holgate. The bases are loaded for Arizona. They need a bunch. They trail by 7. The pitch swung on, bounced foul up along first base. 0-1 to Holgate. There's one out in the inning. It was a foul out by Bingham. Bullard started it with an infield single. After the pop-up, Williams was hit by a pitch. Bossier has singled. Exit Psalm, enter Karros. The pitch is outside. Snap throw to third base. He's back with a dive. Boy, if you're Arizona, you don't want to get thrown out in a circumstance like that, down 7. We've seen Bruins catcher Noah Cardenas do that. In fact, he had a pick-off the other night. Back pick at first base. 1-1 is the count. Outfield straight away and deep. The pitch is a strike at the knees, and it's 1-2. Karros relieving Psalm, who relieved Nastrini. Bruins have put it together on the mound today. They have a lot of zeros. We're in the 7th, 9-2 UCLA. Bases loaded. The pitch is swung on and hit to right. Back goes Curiali. He's there to make the catch short of the track. And tagging up to score, it ends up a sacrifice fly for Holgate. Bullard brings home the run. It's 9-3. Williams tags and goes to third base. Two out. And here's Blass, more trouble. Righty-righty matchup with runners at the corners. Blass with 2 home runs in the series. A total of 3 now for Jacob. Righty-righty matchup. Batting .283. The pitch. Low, ball 1. Blass batted against Karros on Friday night, and he too was struck out by the Bruins sophomore right-hander. 1-0. Jared delivers. Swung on, line down the right field line, foul, and it's 1-1. Well, it's never dull, is it? Runners with their leads. 1-1. Karros delivers. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Letter high fastball. Blasts under it. Outfield straight away. Curiali and Perez on the right side. Those are the ones in jeopardy with the sun at this time of day. Breeze kicking up too. There's strike 3 called. It doesn't matter if it's blowing or if it's shining. The side is retired. Blast goes down looking against Karros. And Arizona strands 2.
Join us in singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Stand up and stretch on this Sunday from West LA.
Leading off for UCLA, the shortstop, number 1, Matt McLean.
Bottom half of the 7th inning, UCLA 9, Arizona 3. Tim Wilhelm with you from Steel Field at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Delighted you've joined us for this one. UCLA has scored in 5 consecutive innings, and Matt McLean will lead it off here in the 7th. He'll be followed by Cardenas, Schwartz, and if anybody gets aboard, Perez. 2, 3, 4, 5 in the batting order for the Bruins. McLean has a home run today. He's 1 for 3 otherwise, also a walk. Pitch, a strike, 1-1. McLean's home run came in the 4th inning. It broke a 2-2 tie. Really ignited the Bruins offensively. The pitch. Another strike, 1-2. USC leading Washington 6-0 in the 5th in Seattle. Trojans trying to sweep that series. Boy, didn't see that coming. Here comes the 1-2. Way up. Ducks under it. 2-2. Oregon holds serve and wins the series against Arizona State at home. They won today 5-3. The Ducks lost on Friday, but beat ASU Saturday and Sunday. Swing and a miss. Fastball got him. McLean down on strikes. To start things in the 7th inning, and here's Cardenas. Noah 1 for 3 today, ignited a rally in the 3rd inning. The 6th, I should say. Walked in the 3rd. That ignited a rally too. Led to a run, although Cardenas wasn't the one who scored it. Outfield straightaway for Noah. The pitch is a strike. Dawson nets the 4th pitcher for Jay Johnson today. Delivers the 0-1 way inside fastball. And had some heat on it. 1-1. Stanford wins the series against Utah. Stanford wins games 1 and 3. 3 being today, 4-1 final. Cardinal take it 2 out of 3. Washington State and Oregon State. Dogfight in Corvallis, 7-7 in the 5th. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2 to Cardenas. LMU here on Tuesday night, 6 o'clock Pacific, will be on the air at 5:53. Hope you will join us. 1-2. It's hit up the middle. It's a base hit. Cardenas has found his stroke the last week. And Noah, who came in at
first baseman J.T. Schwartz.
246 after 2 base hits today. His average is going to go up some more. He'll be near 260, maybe 265. Back-to-back hits for Noah. Single in the 6th and a single here in the 7th with 1 out. He's on in front of J.T. Schwartz. Schwartz with hits in his last 2 at-bats after striking out his first 2. Singled in the 4th, doubled and scored in the 6th. The pitch. Down and inside, ball 1. I was reading about that note pertaining to this date in UCLA history earlier. pitch in the dirt blocked by Susek. Bruins won at Dado and won that series. They had a horrible start in 2009. 2-10. But came back to be at 500. There's a high fly ball to deep right field, down the line and gone. Home run for J.T. Schwartz. Schwartz with 3 consecutive hits after a couple strikeouts kind of levels the chart, doesn't it? He comes back to the dugout knowing he's going to get mobbed. Bruins have the ritual down. There they go.
Second baseman Mikey Perez.
2-run blast. And the Bruins taking a page from the Arizona playbook. 1 out, nobody on. Base hit, home run, boom, 2 runs. And the Bruins have pumped the lead up to 11-3 and have scored in 6 straight innings. 1-1-1, 2-4-2 for UCLA. Strike 1, now ball 1 to Mikey Perez. Well, the team had a meeting before the game today, but they always have a meeting. Maybe there was some secret sauce we didn't know about. Pitches 1 and 2 to Mikey Perez. 11 runs on 12 hits. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and it's been big strike for the Bruins today. Big strike as in striking the ball.
Designated hitter, Pat Caulfield.
Not to get lost in the conversation is the fact that that is the first home run of the career of J.T. Schwartz. Well, that's significant. It was majestic. High and deep down the right field line inside the foul pole. Ball 1 to Pat Caulfield. Replaced Josh Hahn in the DH spot in the 6th. Struck out 0 for 1. There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Pat. Feast or famine for Nets. He has 3 strikeouts in his time on the mound today. 3 of the 4 outs have been punch outs. There's a strike, 1 and 2 to Caulfield. But other than that, double, single homer. The pitch low, 2 and 2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, a little bit high, ball 3. Well, never finished the commentary about the Bruins in 2009. They started 2 and 10, and they came all the way back to the last day of the season at ASU. They needed the win to get to 500, get in the tournament, and they lost. Ball 4 to Caulfield. He takes his base. The inning continues.
Right fielder Michael Curiali.
Here's Curiali. The Bruins had been to the regionals in the 2 years before that. In fact, 3 years. They were there in 6, 7, and 8. And 2009 was the first year of the tandem on the mound of Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer. Bruins came back the next year in 2010. Throw to first base, almost a pick, but Caulfield back as the ball gets away from Bossier. Bruins came back after that 09 season feeling like they were better than the record showed the year before, and they sure were. They went all the way to the World Series Finals final series. Lost to South Carolina. The pitch is outside, ball one to Curiali. And in fact, they came off of that win in that last game. And you thought, well, they might not lose again. They won their first 22 the very next season. There's a strike. 1-1. Oh, how such things are assembled in the makings of a program. Throw to first base. They got him this time. Caulfield caught too far off the bag. And he's picked by Dawson Nets. Well, Side is retired. Bruins, however, get two. Cardenas single and a big fly from J.T. Schwartz. First of his career. 11-3 Bruins as we go to the eighth. Stay with us. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no contact delivery or no contact at the door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Town & Country Event Rentals is Los Angeles and Southern California's most distinctive event services provider. Our industry-leading assortment of product and expert event directors will keep you up to date on all the latest trends. We pride ourselves on being the one-stop shop for all your event rental needs. From our beautiful assortment of china, glassware, flatware, and furniture to our brand new series of structured tenting, we've got you covered. Follow us on Instagram at Taser_Los Angeles and be sure to visit Taser.biz to view our full product assortment and find a showroom near you.
You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Leading off Arizona, the designated hitter, number 15, Jacob Berry.
First pitch in the top of the eighth inning to Jacob Berry is a strike. Berry today drove in 2 runs in the first inning with a 2-out single. Since then, he's just 0 for 1. There's another strike, 0-2 to Berry. He had a walk in the third inning, so his line is 1 for 2. Left-handed hitter against Jared Karros, who delivers a little bit high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Berry followed by Kobe Kato and then Daniel Susak. 5-6-7 for the Cats. They need a very big rally. The pitch is a little bit low. 2-2. Outfield plane, Berry around to right. Sizable gap in left center field. The pitch. Roped to the right side, speared by Perez. He gets up off the grass and throws him out. That ball was hit hard, but Mikey shifted that direction. Comes up and makes the play. Leadoff batter retired. Tough out for Berry. 4-3. 1 gone to Cotto. Cotto has struck out twice and flied to center field. Left-handed hitter. Same alignment for Cotto. Gap in left center. First pitch is a strike. Well, the Bruins made an announcement a couple of weeks ago that they're making some improvements here at the Gifford Sports Complex at Jackie Robinson Stadium. There's another strike, 0-2. They will be constructing a state-of-the-art baseball practice infield. And it's going to be basically where you drive into the parking lot. It'll be right there. Pitch is high. Did he go? Nope. 1-2. There's a grass area beyond the visiting dugout and bullpen area. Down in the general direction of the ticket booth. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Cotto goes down on strikes for the third time today. 2 out. Second strikeout for Karros since coming on in the 7th inning. And here's Susak. And it won't be Susak. He's going to get the rest of the day off.
Number 31, Caden Hobson.
Caden Hobson, another catcher on the roster, will no doubt finish up. Susak has done yeoman duty. He's been back there for every inning this weekend, as has Noah Cardenas, by the way. Hobson, freshman out of Redlands, takes a strike, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Karros, down and outside. Hobson batting 182, 2 for 11 in the early going. He does have 3 runs batted in. Nobody aboard with 2 out. Bounces it slowly to first base. And JT drops it, picks it up, can't find it. And the runner is safely across the bag. Karros was going to cover, Schwartz was going to the bag, and they played a little bit of hot potato with it. And it wiggled away from both. Probably an error on Schwartz, and yeah, it is. So Hobson is aboard on the E3. A fielding boo-boo for the Bruins with 2 out in this 8th inning. And that'll bring Bullard to the plate, and he's not going to bat either. So Hobson reaches as a pinch hitter. And now
batting for Bullard, number 13, Tyler Casagrande.
And Tyler Casagrande will step in for Bullard. Be some defensive hijinks when Arizona goes back out on defense. Casagrande was in right field as a defensive replacement the last 2 days. Takes the first one up and in. One ball in, no strikes. A runner at first after the error. 2 out, 8th inning. Bruins 11, Arizona 3. The pitch by Karros, swing and a miss. There's going to be a practice infield out there, folks. When you come back next season, you might see a completed project. We sure hope so. Made possible by a generous gift. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And it's being named after legendary Dodger pitcher Ralph Branca. It's called the Branca Family Field. For those of you who don't know who that is, well, you need to know. 1-2 is the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Casagrande is struck out and then thrown out. K2-3 to retire the side. Arizona out in the 8th inning. And we'll tell you about the defensive changes and about the Branca Family Field when we come back. Bruins baseball from Learfield, IMG College. Stay with us.
Hello?
Hi, Lynn. I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and I'm calling to give you a random act of helpfulness.
Oh, wow.
We heard you'd like help providing a meal for your hospital staff.
Yes, I work night shifts ER, and when the pandemic hit, a lot of restaurants will donate.
Right.
But the thing is, they donate to the morning shift.
Oh.
So when us night shifters come, we usually get leftovers from the morning shift if they even leave us any.
Well, Honda would like to help. We're going to donate a bunch of food for your night shift staff.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Yay!
Ah. Today we helped Lynn, and during the Honda Dream Garage Spring event, we can help you too with 0% APR financing on our award-winning lineup of 2021 SUVs. For more great deals, visit SoCalHondaDealers.com to find the helpful Honda dealer near you. For well-qualified buyers on approved credit through Honda Financial Services. Lynn is a real person and was paid to be on the radio.
Jacob Berry.
Catching up the scorecard during the break. Casagrande, who struck out to end the 8th inning, stays in the game and goes to third base to replace Bullard. Just a one-up switch right there, and also 1-for-1 Hobson for Susac behind the plate. So Nets dealing now to Hobson. And the pitch. Inside ball 1-0 to Michael Curiali. Curiali, a righty against the right-handed pitching of Nets. Takes a strike. 1-1. Michael today flied to center in the second inning, walked in the third, walked and scored in the fifth, doubled in the sixth. It's a one-hopper to shortstop, and Jacob Blass throws him out. 6-3, one gone. Here's Silva. Silva's been busy today. Bounced into a fielder's choice in the second inning. Walked in with the bases loaded and drove in a run in the third. Sack bunt, moving runners up into scoring position in the fifth. Both eventually scored. Another fielder's choice in the sixth, but came back to score himself later in the inning. Strike 0-1 to Silva. So without a base hit, Silva pretty busy. Oh for 2. Plus a walk and a sacrifice. Pitch is high and away for a ball 1-1. Kyle Karras on deck. Lefty-righty matchup, the pitch. Fouled left side. So we were talking about Branca Family Field, the practice infield. Ralph Branca is known by most of the baseball world as the guy that gave up the home run to Bobby Thompson in 1951. But he's much more than that. That was just something that happened. Pitch is in the dirt. Silva held up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On opening day 1947, Jackie Robinson's major league debut, Branca lined up on the field beside Robinson while other players refused and became one of Robinson's best friends and biggest supporters. Foul ball back off the padding. 2-2. The count to Silva. Entertainment attorney and philanthropist John Branca has been the driving force behind all of that. He's here in Greater LA. Pitch fouled back. Count remains 2-2. John is Ralph's nephew. His clients include, about 30 folks from Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A fairly connected guy, yeah. Well, John Branca, the driving force. The money was raised, and they named it after the Branca family, and it's a wonderful deal. And foul ball down the first base side, 2-2. Ralph was inspired by Jackie's commitment to social change and economic equality. Said the release, and from what we know about Jackie and about Ralph Branca, that much has proven to be clearly true. Silva lines a base hit to left field. So Jaron Silva, busy today. We mentioned he's even busier now. He's on first base after his first hit of the ball game, and Silva with his 9th hit of the season. 1-out single brings up Karros, who's already had a fairly sizable impact on this one. He singled in the second inning. Bounced into a fielder's choice in the third, and if you weren't with us, he set off a sizable disagreement between Arizona and the umpires when a ball was ruled fair back in the 5th inning. Drove in 2 runs. Pitches down low, ball 1. Was it fair? Was it foul? Huh? Only your hairdresser knows for sure. Remember that commercial? Man, I'm dating myself. Now people don't watch commercials. They just fast forward through them, right? Pitch is down low. 2-0 to Kyle Karros. The Karros boys in the game together again. Jared probably will go out to finish. Well, maybe. Let's not look ahead. He's walking around in the bullpen, so maybe not. The pitch, swung on, bounced to third, this time gloved by Casagrande, throws to second for 1, on to first. It's a double play. Karros ends up as the 3rd out of this inning. Silva retired at second. The DP goes the traditional 5-4-3. They call that around the horn. Bruins gone in the 8th, no runs on a hit. We go to the 9th inning. Jared sprints to the hill to finish up for the Bruins. End of 8, 11-3. Stay with us. Bruins baseball from Learfield IMG College.
Some places have low prices, but at Ralph's, we go lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Like juicy clementines, salad greens, and your favorite cuts of chicken. That's because the Ralph's app gives you more ways to save. You get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, plus rewards like fuel points for prices that are even lower than the everyday low. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
The Cooper Discoverer and Duramax SUV tire is made with the durability of off-road truck tires for on-road driving. Cooper designed this tire to handle today's rough road conditions that can chew up tires. Durable enough to prevent wear and tear from rough roads everywhere, this all-season tire uses technology from Cooper's off-road truck tires, applied to everyday, all-season SUV tires. Plus, comes with a 60,000-mile tread-wear warranty. Learn more at coopertire.com. Go with the Coopers.
Bruins at the finish line for this one. They need 3 more outs. UCLA trailed 2-0 early. They now lead 11-3, and we're in the 9th. Jared Karros delivers. First pitch is fouled down the first base line by Mac Bingham's spot, but that's not Mac. It's a hitter for Bingham. It's Tanner Otremba. Tanner Otremba is the batter. Otremba, sophomore out of Parker, Colorado. Count level 1-1. So O''Tremba. 1-1 the count. Facing Jared Karros. There's a line drive base hit into left field. Whacked it between Kyle Karros and Matt McLean. So Tremba in the books.
Attention, please, for Arizona now.
Tremba.
For Williams, number 8, Chase Davis.
It's the first hit of the season for Otremba. And now here's Chase Davis, another highly regarded player for Arizona, and you'll see a lot of him maybe next year in center field. He's batting for Williams. Williams, the current center fielder. The pitch is inside corner, strike 0-1. So Jay Johnson sending up hitters in a pinch the last 4. Karros sets at the belt, the pitch. There's a strike, 0-2. Oh my goodness, we've been slammed with email. Well, let's do our due diligence. See what we got. Oh, and 2, runner away from first base. Time is called. Batter out of the box, pitcher off the rubber. Batter in the box, pitcher on the rubber. Short lead at first for Otremba. And the delivery is in the dirt, 1-2. Outfield slightly around to right, gap in left center for the left-handed hitting Davis. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Chase Davis retired.
First baseman Brandon Bossier.
For the first out here in the 9th inning. Runner aboard. Bruins like to turn a pair and get out of Dodge. Arizona, the base hit by Otremba at first base, just the 4th hit of the day for the Cats. Bossier singled in the 7th, and that was his first hit of the weekend series. Checked his swing. Oh, high to Kimberly Olvera. Have to respond to some of these after the game. Chris Isham checking in from Germany. Stuttgart is where Chris is today. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Keith Davila up in Sacramento. Jimmy Sullins in Visalia. Kimberly Olvera has a couple of questions. Kimberly, I'll have to get to you off air. 1-1 is the count. Set is Karros. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Threw it by him. Kimberly's watching softball and baseball. Hey, you're busy. There's a lot going on. Kathy Berg doing the same. 2 screens. Yeah, I know it's that time of year, and it's busy anyway. Under normal circumstances, and then with COVID, things scrunched together. There's a lot happening. Ground ball to second. Perez to McLean to Schwartz. Double play. The side is retired. The game is over. 4-6-3, and this one is in the books. A solid victory for the Bruins this afternoon. 11-3, the Bruins win it. 11 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. An outstanding victory for UCLA against an outstanding team. 2 good clubs. Bruins win the series and will hold their spot just outside the top 10. John Savage not worried about that. He deals with games and conferences and series wins and that kind of thing. Rankings, well, that is secondary.
For Arizona, 3 runs.
For the Bruins, a rocky start today. 2 for Arizona in the first inning, and then the door just slammed shut. The Wildcats did not get another hit until the 7th inning, and by that time, UCLA had scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third to tie the game. Matt McLean homered in the 4th to put the Bruins up 3-2.
We thank you for attending today's game.
Kyle Karras slammed a 2 RBI double in the 5th inning that set off a sizable argument from the Arizona side. But from that point forward, the Wildcats, well, the wheels just came off. The Bruins continued to score and score and score. 4 more in the 6th, 2 more in the 7th, and that was all she wrote. Bruins win it by a score of 11-3. So with the win, UCLA now 12-6, 2-1 in the conference. Arizona is now 13-6 and 1-2 in the conference. Next league game will be next weekend at USC, Friday at 7. Let me see, check that. Well, we'll look on the internet and find out. One of them's at 7. I think the game times are 7, 6, and 4. Maybe not in that order. But we'll be at Tato Field one way or the other so we don't miss out. Tuesday night, however, we'll be right back here. And it'll be Loyola Marymount in here trying to knock the Bruins off their perch a little bit. They've played one time already this season, and UCLA won by a score of 5-2. So second game in the LMU series coming up on Tuesday night. We hope that you'll be with us for the audio broadcast of that one. Oh, that'll do it. Thanks to Andrew Wagner, UCLA, and Brett Gleason, Arizona, for all of the good things they do for us, making things a lot easier. Earl Veal at Leanstream handles some of my goodies, and Stephen Hartzell at Learfield IMG handles a lot of the rest. Calvin Spencer and Danielle and the crew from 4TM have handled the live stream this weekend. We thank them for their dedication and support to the Bruin cause. Until Tuesday night, 5:53 Pacific. I'm Tim Wilhelm. Thanks for joining us. From West Los Angeles, we wish you all a very pleasant good evening.
You've been listening to UCLA Baseball on the UCLA Sports Network.